Hey y'all, welcome to WatchaMania. It's All Elite Wrewind for AEW Dark Episode 11 and AEW Dynamite, Corpus Christi, Texas, December 18th, 2019. I'm your host, AEW Devin. How we doing, y'all? Hope your weekends are starting off right. Hope everybody is well rested, sufficiently hydrated, as God has had the noms. Yo. Welcome in, y'all. This is set to be a fun one. It's an interesting one because this was a very newsworthy Dynamite back in the day, so I'm curious to revisit it for those reasons. I want to see how that holds up, what the impression is. We'll get into it too much more than that, but yes, y'all. Yes, and speaking of New Japan, we will be catching its next pay-per-view tomorrow mornings, technically. About 9-ish hours from now. It is going to be Sakura Genesis. 6 title matches. Set to be a banger show. Okay, later tonight from me, yes. Occurring on April 5th, which is yet to be the date here currently. But yes, y'all, I am excited for the reruns here. There was something else. There was something else that was. What's happening? Blanking. But yeah. Oh yes, there are some fun matches on Dark here that I'm looking forward to, and I'm wondering if could possibly happen in AEW again sooner rather than later. Apologies being all scattered, but yes, please do drop a thumbs up if you could be so kind. Help us get boosted in the algorithm here on Friday night, especially when it comes to non-live reaction watch-alongs. Not too quick to get traction. Those thumbs up help counterbalance that, as we're trying to set a new normal here on the channel. It's weird seeing how much talent in AEW in 2019 is no longer with the company. Yeah. Or alternatively, it's also interesting seeing who is still with the company. But yeah, it's like seeing who isn't there anymore, but like I'm still watching regularly is kind of nuts. I feel like the biggest example is Cody. Another example would be Joey Janela, followed by Stu Grayson. Although you mean AEW? Yeah, that's fun. But yes, yeah, I think we're gonna be getting into it. With the song right out, and then once it's done, we'll dive into it. I mean, I had a feeling. No worries. But yes, y'all do check out the description if you want to see the full match cards for both Dark and Dynamite that we're going to be getting into. And for those of you who are zeroed out on your own feeds, I'll drop the link if anybody's trying to watch it on their own feed, because it's YouTube, of course. Do feel free to join the Discord. We sidecast everything we watch along to over there. So maybe that's easier for you. But yeah, I think it is time we dive on in 3, 2, 1. Yo. Of course, y'all. Now that we're doing them regularly again, we'll be skipping the what's it called? The AEW Control Center portion of the show, which effectively just runs down the episode of Dynamite we're going to be watching right after dark. Which isn't bad if we've missed a week or two. Like the next rewind we do might need to be done that way, because next Friday is Windy City Riot, and I don't believe it's a good idea to try and make both streams happen back to back.
And I gotta, that part stings. That part
became a mega star.
It feels like we've been lying to you guys.
The way that ladder didn't break, that was such a gnarly spot. Hey yo, what's up, Ray? Yes, Dynasty is Sunday. We got Sakura Genesis tomorrow morning, Philly special, Sunday afternoon, and then Sunday night is Dynasty.
There's been a lot of teams that have been done better than us.
The rankings show it.
But for the last several weeks, we've been scratching, we've been clawing, we've been climbing our way back up to the top of the tag team rankings until finally on Dynamite, Texas Street by the Young Bucks for Santana and Ortiz. Meltzer Trevor on the chairs. We won, and we earned ourselves a shot for the
Honestly,
AEW Tag Team Championship.
Just saw how Nick Jackson saved his own hiney there. I completely forgot about Philly Special. Thank you for reminding me to do. You're very welcome. I'm glad. Yeah, Philly Special kind of snuck its way in, you know?
People might not realize this, but they're some of our best friends in this world. Hell, we're going to have them over for Christmas dinner.
Now here we are. Yep. Guys, friends or not, Wednesday, it's our time to win those belts. It's our time to shine like we were supposed to.
There's going to be like 2 eligible matches.
Nick and I are tired of lying to the fans and saying we're the best. We're going to show you through our actions that we're the best. And guys,
what's that mean?
I hate if it's going to be awkward at the dinner table on Christmas when
the
Nick and I
really
have our new championship belts out on display.
I think
for our
Ray
entire
might hate that.
families to see. Merry Christmas.
Ray has come around on AEW, I suppose.
Tag team title shot this week. Hi everyone, this is AEW Dark, and I'm Tony Schiavone.
I'm Dasha Gonzalez.
Yes, you are, and I know you're excited that the Young Bucks are now the #1 contenders for
I'm
the
trying to
World
think
Tag
of
Team
like
title.
a
And
way
we'll
you
get
could
that
combine
shot
her name
against
with
SCU
Stardom.
coming up right here in
It's not working.
AEW on Dynamite.
That's right. It has been quite the road for the Young Bucks. I mean, they were in
I
a
think he
rut
wears
mode
something
with the
along
number
those
one
lines.
contenders, and
I know they still have the
personally
blazer with the
see them
AEW
walk
logo
away
on it,
with
but I
that
think it's just an
big,
update of the
deadly
AEW logo
tag
now.
team gold around their waist.
And red. Wait, yep, that's where my vote is, Staraya. Yeah, but then I'm like, that just sounds like, I feel like I need to say it like, Staraya. You know, it doesn't, I think more Stardust than I do Stardom. It's funny how y'all vocalized my train of thought like 30 seconds after it happened. Right, who's Machiko? I'm Stardust. What do you mean?
And we'll get an update on our women's division, including the latest rankings from Lexi Nair.
And then in our main event, in what should be a high-flying, quick-paced affair, the Hybrid 2 teams up with Pac to meet best friends and Orange Cassidy.
Like you and I, best friends.
That's right, best friends.
That's right. But
Right.
let's
Oh
hit
my
the ring. Our
God.
First match on Dark. Excalibur has a couple
Dasha,
of surprises.
it's okay.
All right, Excalibur,
You don't need to try this hard. Second launch, good position by X-Fax hurdle.
Let's hear it for
It
Excalibur.
was Dasha Gonzalez. I heard a woman's voice. Right. Representation.
All right, Excalibur.
No. I don't think this is the woman's voice you wanted to hear, Rhea.
That's too hot, Justin.
Ladies and gentlemen, Vicky Guerrero.
I am not trying to clown you for it, but it's just I'm more so vocalizing your actions humorously.
Invitation at the combined weight of 24 ounces of vodka cranberry, Isaiah Cassidy.
This song. How do we feel about the song? For me, it's a big no. A big no on this song.
Thank you very much, Tony and Dasha.
So I haven't seen.
Joined here by none
That's
other
something
than
else.
illustrious Vicky
Yeah, for good reason. Yes, we'll leave it at that. Yeah. What happened to Private Party? I have no idea. They lost the tag titles and just fucking disappeared.
here next to you, and it is my pleasure to be
They're the former tag team champions in current time. Hurt Syndicate beat them for it.
They're wearing the cougar stripes.
I'm trying to remember when.
Right now.
Well, you've been to a private party once or twice in your time.
Yes.
And, if you saw two gentlemen like Mark Quinn and Isaiah Cassidy,
Yeah,
might have to be restrained.
you know what? You would.
Yeah, I'm wondering what's up with them. If they're just taking some time off. Maybe somebody's been quietly injured. I hope they're just taking some time off. I hope their absence is entirely by design and not due to circumstance. Privately injured.
Well, so Private Party, they were the story in the first round of the AEW World Tag Team Title Tournament. They upset the #1 seed Young Bucks. But these two men right here, Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky, SCU,
And here we are, the tag champs in action the night before defending their titles. Well, I guess not the night before, but yeah.
and they went all the way to the finals and defeated the Lucha Brothers to become the first ever AEW World Tag Team Champions. Vicky, talk about that mental boost of striving for the gold and finally putting it around your waist. What does that do for a competitor and their mental state?
Well, you know, when you put all the hard work and the dedication into your craft, I mean, there's only one reward, and that's winning it, and that's the big wins. That's what's important.
And thus far, SCU has been able to defend those titles successfully. This, of course, is a non-title matchup. Private Party, an unranked tag team here in the AEW rankings.
Really? What?
Rankings do come out on
They tweet
Twitter,
this
social
out?
Media every Friday afternoon. Be on the lookout for that. AE Wrestling on Twitter.
That's
All
rough.
Elite Wrestling on Instagram.
It's awesome of them to be
Facebook,
so public
YouTube.
about it, though.
Might even be on TikTok as well. And that man right there, Scorpio Sky, well, he was right there.
Yeah.
But Scorpio Sky was the real story of how SCU was able to overcome adversity. He filled in for the fallen angel Christopher Daniels after Daniels was taken out.
In a
He actually
vlog, okay.
wrestled in street clothes, in one shoe,
Wow.
and was able to guide his team to victory throughout. But
You know, it's
Float
about
over
being
from
at the right
Cass.
place at the right time.
and always being
Smooth
prepared.
it.
Yes.
And that's been the mentality of Private Party. Is Isaiah Cassidy in there in the red?
I see.
See
him
how
as
far
someone-
Private Party
I
have
see
come.
him.
You like what
Yeah.
you see?
Yeah, it's cougar stripes. Ugh.
I would say
Not
the
just as
red
performers, but
footwear,
like
I believe
aesthetically
that
as
is
well.
a velour.
Their gear
Is
game
there anyone
has
that excels?
No,
stepped
look at the,
up.
You know, the mismatched pockets on the behind.
It's all fine.
That's
It's
a choice.
all fine.
But also a choice is Frankie.
No
Kazarian
worries,
is
no
gonna get
mercy.
power
You're
with that
completely
shoulder
good.
tackle.
Completely
Cassidy
valid
goes
in
for the
that.
goes up and over the top. Went for
Especially with
the
how much.
hip toss,
Ooh.
but no, Kazarian reversed into a
Nice into
pin.
the roll up.
Only a one count. Cassidy was able to get his shoulder up. Now
But yes, I
side headlock
completely
takeover.
understand that. Don't you
So
worry.
much talent in the ring. I mean, really. I mean, these four guys are just really, just up and coming, and you know, it's an impression every time I see AEW and these four guys. I mean,
Yeah,
Talent.
AEW. The mantra here is all about youth and all about
That's
giving
big. That's
chances
big of them.
to young competitors that may have been overlooked or may have not been able to make a break on the big
Yeah.
stage. But Private Party has proven time.
I also
after
love that
time
you called
again
him Cass,
that
not
they
Zay.
can flourish under the spotlights.
and that's what's great about AEW is that everyone has the opportunity to shine in their own creativity. I think that's just amazing what
Oh,
they
look
are
at this
offering.
roll
here.
up. 1, 2, 1, 2. Kazarian and Cassidy trading pinfalls. Single leg trip there. But Kazarian shoving off Cassidy. Cassidy
Nice.
and
In the
Kazarian
standoff. Let's
springing
go.
up to their feet,
Nice.
meeting eye to eye in the center of the ring.
Oh,
Kazarian,
that fair.
great show of respect here. And
It's just funny because you were the one who was like, no, it should be called Zay and Quinn in the thing. What was that tag? What was that tag?
It's always on the line. You always want to win. You know, you don't want to let your guard down, and you know that's when things happen. So I think that's when when you're a champion and you have the title. I think it's time.
It's that
Yeah.
heart of the champion.
Yeah.
It's always with
you
you.
never can relax.
Right, and especially here with the ranking system, a loss here for the champions against an unranked team would, I think, almost grant Private Party a world championship title shot further down the line.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
SCU that has to have that in the back of their mind. And listen to this great crowd here at the Curtis
Mm,
Caldwell
people
Center,
are
Garland,
really
Texas.
active.
50-50 split between
The thing
Private
is, like,
Party
they
and
they do the
SCU.
thing with
Look at that,
Cope.
the agility of Scorpio Sky
They
as
do
he
the
springs up to
thing
his feet.
like they do with Cope, where they'll still say their full names, even though like their official billing is that. You know what I mean?
Don't get your
Like they still
Keep it
called
in the mouth.
Isaiah constantly. They called Quinn, Mark over and over.
That I've known. I've been in the ring with him for a number of years.
But you're right when they say
He's
like,
really
on the
broken out in
thing,
the last couple months, both as a tag team competitor here in AEW, but also as a singles competitor.
like on their
He took
nameplates.
on
There we
Chris
go. That's the
Jericho.
one.
Oh, look at that beautiful drop kick there by Mark Quinn. Scorpio Sky did challenge Chris Jericho for the AEW World Championship title, but it took an intervention from the Inner Circle partner, Jake Hager, in order to turn things around and allow Jericho to retain that title. Beautiful leg lariat.
There's nothing wrong with your team to help a guy out.
Nice.
Only on one count. Yeah, and I was going to say, I mean, you know something about having somebody watch your back and how important that is.
The high impact leg lariat.
Beautiful scoop and a slam there by Kazarian. Tremendous elevation. He's come down with that leg drop. Hooks the far leg.
Weird
1,
landing
2.
for the leg drop.
Heads up move there.
Now that you know,
Break up
like
the
now that I
hitting
notice it.
Referee Mike Posey has his hands full. This action coming hot and heavy here on AEW Dark. And
This
remember,
crowd is amazing.
these people are loving what they're seeing, getting a chance to see the AEW World Tag Team Champions who, while they're not entitled, the title's not on the line here tonight, tomorrow night.
A little bit of a
AEW
strut from Scorpio.
Dynamite,
He's feeling himself.
Corpus Christi,
Got the crowd
Texas,
fired up.
SoCal Uncensored will be defending the
I wouldn't say
AEW
fired
World
up,
Tag
but
Team
yeah.
Championship. Be sure to tune in for that. And if you're on social media tonight, use hashtag AEW Dark. When you're tweeting about the show, we would appreciate it. And Vic, you mentioned
Calling
this
Kazzy
crowd.
Cassius. Oh no, yeah.
They're on fire.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
definite fire up
Oh
here.
no.
No
Oh
clear
no.
favorite in Texas. Oh, back elbow there by Mark
What
Quinn.
a great state. I mean, it's my home state. I'm right at home here with AEW and being in the great state of Texas.
Beautiful.
Ooh,
German
high angle on that German
top of his
suplex.
head. 1, 2, no. Quinn gets that shoulder up. I think Kazarian was not really anticipating somebody as lightweight as Quinn, and so what would be
It's so funny because like for the first 2 weeks, I saw his name on paper. I thought it was Cassius Ohio. I'm so serious. Because I would just read the name because like I wasn't watching NXT at the time. It was before I started watching NXT in like 2013.
There's a lot of muscles in that ring. Lordy Lord.
Oh no! The reversal there by Mark Quinn has SCU on the rope, so to speak.
Wait, no.
Vicky, this would be a
I think I'm
huge
getting
momentum
things
shift.
conflated.
Mark
Did he
Quinn
even
is
go
able
by
to make that
Cassius
long
Ohno back
fall
then?
across the ring.
I'm going for private party. Come on,
His
guys.
ass is so
They
high.
proved they can upset top-ranked teams before.
My gosh, I can only imagine doing like watch-alongs back
There
then.
From Isaiah Cassidy taking out the champions. Series of lariats there from Isaiah Cassidy. Back body drop sends Kazarian up and over the top. Sky charges in. Oh, the boot to the midsection. Cuts off the momentum of Isaiah Cassidy. Sky
Nice,
flips it
slid
up
under
over the
even though he
top. Leg
leapfrogged.
lariat there from
Nice.
Cassidy. And Vicky,
Clean
you
leg
gotta be
lariats this
impressed
match.
By the explosivity of Private Party.
Oh, I am Excalibur. I am. It's that. Cool
That threw
crap
me
that
off.
Just touches my heart.
They were going after your affection without even knowing it.
You have no idea.
And look at
Okay.
this. Oh, beautiful flapjack into a facebuster there. Mark Quinn had his feet underneath the ropes, and that momentary hesitation might have cost him. That's the inexperience of Private Party combined.
I liked that spot because when the referees call attention to things like that, it immediately gives them a built-in excuse.
That really shine a spotlight on it. But the sky is the limit with Private Party. No pun intended.
And every minute they're in the ring, it's more experience that they're learning, more knowledge.
That's
so.
right, especially against top-ranked tag teams, or in this case, champions like SCU. That foot stomp to the back of the head.
There you go.
And you got to keep those kicks looking fresh, Vicky.
That's right. I want to give me some tennis shoes like that.
Tennis shoes?
Goes down as Mark Quinn launches off his back, taking Frankie Kazarian off the apron, and now
I can't with
Quinn
her.
tagging in. And it looks like Private Party might be gearing up to put away the champions.
I'm a little biased. I'm going for Private
I mean,
Party.
it's very clear that you
See
are
me
liking
sweating?
what you're
I mean,
seeing. Yeah.
I'm a little flushed.
And it's not just the heat here in Texas. It's actually kind of cold today, but
I bring on the heat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel
Let's get
12
that
right.
degrees
Okay.
warmer
Yeah.
sitting next to you.
Oh, rawr.
And now
What's going on?
That dance.
They hit us with the Bollywood boys.
But they might be burning daylight here, giving the champions a chance to recover. Monkey flip into a double.
Yo.
variant.
Okay.
Frankie Kazarian nearly decapitating
That was really
Private
nice.
Party. That's the experience. That's the technique of Kazarian. The elbow to the face.
Next
of
time you just
Quinn,
made
the
him
back elbow to
do-
the face of Cassidy. Oh, shotgun drop kick.
Made him do
Taking down Quinn. And now
buckshot lariat.
Kazarian flattening
Nice
Isaiah
face busted
Cassidy. A one-man wrecking crew. Hip toss into the neck breaker.
Well, Kazarian has over 20 years experience. I mean, that it says a lot for, his talent and just it's very impressive.
He's so resilient and so great at improvisation. He's able to turn the tables, especially against opponents that are less experienced like Private Party. But don't sleep on Private Party. They've proven time after time
That's the
again.
back
they can
roll into
shock
the backstabber.
That backstabber sent Quinn into the waiting elbow strike.
Yeah, I think this is a really important match in Private Party's
Cassidy off the apron.
career.
Leg, 1, 2, no! Mark Quinn able to kick out.
It was a safe run. I guess that would have worked too.
The champions look like they're firing on all cylinders here. Private Party, their night could be over very soon.
Don't cut them out just yet. It's not over yet.
Yep,
That's
swip.
They've tipped and
Put 'em
figured out
out.
how to work over bigger bouncers than SCU.
See? You see what I mean? That's right
Cassidy
there.
able to turn around, and as is Quinn, those high kicks have the champions reeling. Look, this Scorpio Sky can't even get his feet underneath him.
Oh,
There's that smile.
gotta dive on both of them.
Now that $1 million smile and the $1 million tope
Got him.
over the top.
Very nice. Rawr.
No worries, no worries.
This is
Like
a
I
fun
said,
night for me, Excalibur.
completely understand life coming at you.
Just doing some scouting of your own as well.
Appreciate how much time you
Now
spend around
Cassidy
here.
up on the apron, and then
Despite that,
the
so
Acai
don't you worry
moonsault
about
taken
having to
out.
miss out or step
SCU
away. Oh, I need
once
to.
again.
I didn't
I see you.
set myself with my new.
I see you.
Yeah,
Isaiah
just-
Cassidy.
no
What do you
worries,
like
no
more
worries.
Between Cassidy and Quinn, do you
Oh.
like
Take
the
it.
Mohawks?
Hope it
or
all
do you
goes
like,
smoothly.
Double the fun. How's
Oh.
that?
All right.
There you go. Don't ask a woman that kind of question.
That's right. How could you choose? And look at this Scorpio Sky, very unsteady on his feet. Isaiah Cassidy taking a moment to mock him, and he may pay the price for that. Oh, stunner
Oh.
there. Kick to the face.
Yo, Private Party?
The assist.
And the Sheer and I.
Bread. Sky taking out 1, 2. No, Scorpio Sky kicks out. 2.99 for that one.
I'm rooting for Private Party. I
Yes.
know it's the experience over, the young guys, but I mean, these guys need a chance too, and I'm gonna root for them.
And think about the celebration tonight at the club. I think, Vicky, you've earned yourself a spot on the guest list with all of your support. Look at that shooting star press, but nobody home.
I can invite myself.
You are the guest list. Frankie Kazarian rolls Quinn up. No,
Almost.
Quinn able to kick out.
Thought he might have actually had it there.
Quinn rattled by that shooting star press, but still had the presence of mind to be able to kick out. Irish whip into the ropes, reversed by Mark Quinn. Kazarian puts on the brakes. Bandera sends Mark Quinn over the top, but Frankie Kazarian had it scouted. He anticipated that shot to the midsection. Now the shot's coming in hard and heavy. on
Bro.
Cassidy.
He might yell louder than me.
Oh. Now look at this. Looking for the
I
side straight.
can't.
Scorpio
She
Sky
needs
had
to
it
stop.
down, the boot to the face of Isaiah
No,
Cassidy.
I kind of want. Is she? Hopefully she's not on for this whole show.
No.
And this could spell the end.
Come on, Mark.
Scorpio Sky's got Quinn up on the shoulders. SCU later.
Slumped.
Cover, hook of the leg. 1, 2, 3. What a victory for the champions.
It was a very good match. I'm pretty impressed by all 4 of them.
The winner for this match, the AEW World Tag Team Champions,
Better luck next time, Private Party.
SCU, your winners in this non-title match. And Vicky, I know Private Party didn't win. They
Agreed,
were
yeah.
favorites, but are you gonna head to the
It was
club
great
tonight?
standard setter for their match coming up on Dynamite against the Young Bucks.
If
champions will go into Corpus Christi tomorrow night to defend those AEW World Tag Team titles.
So SCU now prepared to go up against the Young Bucks. That should be a
There has.
coming up on Dynamite. And by the way,
Personally, I'm not gonna be watching, but I hope those who do enjoy.
Between them and the Young Bucks is going to be.
Yeah, I hope your day's been good. I hope your
I
hope your
love
weekend's
those
starting
tidbits
off
from
well.
the Young Bucks, and they're going to give us quite the roller coaster ride.
Say Corpus Christi for me.
Corpus Christi.
Say it 5 times quickly.
No, don't make me do that.
All right, okay. Before we go to our next bout, let's check in with this week's update in women's action with Lexi Nair.
Thanks, Tony. The competition in the women's division of AEW continues to be fiercely intense. As unranked Big Swole, an athlete we profiled here last week on Dark, pulled off a major upset of Emi Sakura this past week on Dynamite from Garland, Texas.
Yeah, that was kind of surprising.
How about that? Big Swole came to play.
The winner of this match,
And she just defeated
Hikaru Shida still being number 1 contender.
female contender.
2 weeks
Think I'm
ago
jumping
on
on
AEW
cheesecakes,
Dynamite,
bats.
we heard from Brandy Rhodes about the formation of the Nightmare Collective. And it was a very bizarre scene indeed. Although, it's gotten even more bizarre as we heard this from Brandy this past week.
Go on, mock me, post about me. But what does AEW actually look like without me? A kids' gymnastics meet? Take our champion, Riho. Has she somehow gotten so small that you just can't see her anymore? Because I haven't seen her around here in weeks to defend that championship.
I think this is like a Sports Center presentation,
Who's
right?
everyone's favorite?
To be fair, I think they still have it as a separate YouTube segment thing.
Take a shot.
They'll give a rundown for the show each week. It's the AEW Control
You'll
Center.
lay on your back looking up at the lights quicker than we love me.
But yeah, I do think they should use that more often.
I do mention my husband, but we've been married for almost 7 years. You're just a pathetic groupie. Chris Statlander, the offer still stands. I want you. And I am not the only one. The family's almost complete now. It's almost perfect. We're just waiting for our alien to come home. No. Not yet.
This is so weird.
It seems the Nightmare Collective is determined to collect Chris
Okay,
Statlander.
he is.
Okay, the
Steve
loss
Higgett.
by Sakura.
No, I caught it. It
the
was just
rankings in the women's
was
division
waiting for him
that
to
were
hop in there,
released
and then I didn't
this
see him
past
in there.
Friday.
So I got
Emi
sucked
Sakura
back into the
drops from
show.
Number 2 down to number 5 as a result of her loss.
Still good
Nyla
looking at.
Rose, who has been suspended until the first of the season, is down from number 2 to number 4. In at number 3, Hikaru Shida, who was last week's top-ranked contender, jumping 4 spots to number 2, is Chris Statlander. And Dr. Britt Baker has solidified herself as the number 1 ranked contender. AEW announced that this week, Dr. Britt Baker will go on to meet Chris Statlander. These top 2 contenders will collide on Dynamite live from Corpus Christi, Texas. The winner will then go on to face AEW Women's Champion Rio. Don't forget, the new rankings in the women's division will be released this Friday on our social media, on our Twitter feed at AE Wrestling. And that's a look at what's happening in the women's division of All Elite Wrestling this week. I'm Lexi Nair.
Okay, Lexi, thank you very much for that update.
So let's go to our first of 2 women's matches as Dr. Britt Baker, the new number 1 contender, meets Machiko.
this contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first from Tulsa, Oklahoma, Machiko.
Just coming out to the dark theme.
Huge opportunity for herself here tonight as she takes on the number 1 contender, Britt Baker, we have seen 2 weeks of upsets in a row.
Where they cut away from him. They sent out Joey Janela because they realized he was not holding the fort down.
We saw Emi Sakura get knocked off by Big Swole. Could Machiko make it a trifecta here with Britt Baker? Joey?
Machiko is a Dallas native, and she has a lot at stake for this match. I look forward to seeing what she can do in there.
Hey, Christopher, welcome in. I'm not going to speak to the quality of the promotion as a whole, but I did like the ranking system more. The ranking system really is something that should come back. It really helps just kind of direct the path of stories. It's not that hard to write your stories around, or even make it an element of the story that you specifically worked. Anyways, how you doing, Christopher? How goes it?
I'm excited about watching these women. 2 talented, fierce women are just going to give a great match for the crowd tonight.
And not to mention, Britt Baker, she's a dentist.
Very good,
You got the
Joey.
memo?
I heard.
Wow.
I saw the TNT execs. They were like, get that over.
Oh,
I can't.
Dark is on YouTube,
Get
though,
that
so-
over.
Yeah. Well, you know, the YouTube executives, I get them mixed up all the time.
We will have singles competition. Referee Paul Turner drawing the duties, calling for the bell as Machiko seeing her
Big
first action
agree.
inside an AEW
We're kind of
ring.
ready for Vicky to not be on the broadcast anymore, and it's looking like she's going to be here for the entirety of this episode of Dark, at least.
Absolutely.
Especially an opportunity like this. Very colorful.
Oh,
She is.
boot to the
Kind of like the red hair. Yes.
and it's got a little blue on the ends, but Dr. Britt Baker ducking under the lariat discus.
Yeesh.
Floors Machiko.
You have any cavities, Joey?
My teeth are rotting out of my mouth at this point.
I would only see Dr. Britt Baker if she had nitrous oxide. How's that?
I bet she does. She is a dental professional. Look at this in the crucifix. 1, 2, only a 1 count. Machiko
Yeah,
able
only
to
a
break
1.
Free. Britt Baker
Going for another
rolls
roll
through
up.
the inside cradle. 1 again. Machiko able to kick out. Britt rolls her through, flips over the top, hooks the far leg. 1, 2, but Machiko again able to kick out. Not letting the spotlight, the nerves get to her, Vicky.
Yeah, I mean, both of them have confidence. I mean, Machiko, I mean, I'm going to go for the, you know, the fierce.
Oh my gosh, that segment was iconic.
And,
I know exactly what segment you're talking about here.
Something to say about that leopard print on Machiko as well.
Well, yeah, it's great. Yeah, but, you know, on other people, it's a little more sexy.
Discord chat first, then open up YouTube. Doesn't work if I have. Oh, bet. Okay, no worries. Now that I understand that, I think that's that'll help, because now I know that that's kind of a difficulty for mobile users to overcome, or at least it can be. I don't know if that's the case for everybody, like Rhea or Dara or others who have to double it up on mobile, but appreciate that.
Up to her feet, grabbing a handful of the hair, and
Don't need to
Dr. Britt
apologize.
Baker into the ropes.
Do whatever it takes to win the match.
Especially the #1 contender.
Doing
here
good
in
on
the
this Friday.
AEW
I love to
Women's
hear that.
Division. Tomorrow night on Dynamite, we will see
Yeah, this has
Chris
been-
Statlander.
This was a
take on
busy
Dr.
day
Britt
for me,
Baker.
but it's one of those days that was like,
Things could be a little different here if
you
Machiko
can win
comes
against, and
away
I
with the
definitely
victory.
won. I feel like I definitely have.
Sharp here. I'm not trying to put her over because I need some dental work. She's
I
really
definitely had a productive day, you could say.
But Britt's proving herself. I mean, she's just climbing that ladder of success.
With
and not only
Mr.
in
Rex, and then into the
doctor,
switch.
but in the ring, too.
Switch blade, swing blade,
That's 7 years of education that it took her in order
and
to
swinging
get
neck breaker.
that degree in dentistry.
Is that it?
And look at this, the corkscrew neck breaker. 1, 2. Oh, Machiko able to kick out at the last possible moment.
Never underestimate your opponent. That's all I'm going to say.
Britt has proven that she is tenacious, that she can stick to a plan. And
Can
her
actually
plan is
see
to
my
be the
knees
top
when they
of
light
here in
today.
All Elite Wrestling.
Who-
But right now, Machiko has
So
that
tell us about
never say die
Machiko.
attitude.
Who is she? What's she
Britt-
about?
Oh, the super kick to the head has her rattled. And now Britt,
There we go.
she could be sizing her up for that lockjaw. No. And yes, she is. I spoke too soon.
That's it.
Yep.
The Russian leg sweep. She's got the arms captured. Machiko not ready to give up yet, but now putting pressure on that mandibular
That was rough.
All it took.
Just like, yeah, no, not gonna lie, I would not be about that. Like, wait, and then you stick your hand in my mouth? Oh, that bitch.
The doctor has awoken.
The doctor has awoken, and she will go into Dynamite tomorrow night
Damn.
with that #1 contenders match against the Galaxy's greatest alien, Chris Statlander,
Who kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, she. That's almost like her ship crash landed here in AEW. But Vicky, you have to be impressed by the performance of Britt Baker.
Yeah, I mean, just what a great woman, and I've got to know her today.
And
and
that goes
it was just a
YouTube
great
and go to Discord, then I come
conversation
back to YouTube. So
Well, Tony and
oh,
Dustin, we'll send
okay.
it back
I
to
see what
you.
you're saying. No, it's not even a hassle. It's just that I have noticed that it'll be like heading over there, and I'll be like, okay, and then I'll have Discord open for a few moments, and then I'll genuinely just get sidetracked. I have ADHD. I have the ADHD. It could be rough. That's why y'all I'll be here mid sentence, and I'll be like,
And now our second women's
Blink,
match here
blink,
on
blink,
Dark
don't
this
know
week.
what
The
I was
#2
saying.
contender, Chris Statlander goes up against B. Priestley.
This contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Approaching the ring first from Wellington, New Zealand, B. Priestley.
Well, B. Priestley's aggressive streak in the women's division has been second to none. But unfortunately for her, she has not been able to string together a series of victories.
Yeah, she's had
It's
a
the
couple of bad
worst,
nights.
yeah.
I mean, first losing to Britt Baker, and then getting her hair, a piece of haircut from, oh my gosh, the Nightmare Collective. That's a bad month for her.
Women absolutely fear this woman in Japan.
Yeah, the top gaijin in Japan, B. Priestley, has made a name for herself there, and if she knocks off the #2 contender,
Former tag
Chris
team
Statlander
partner of
here
Jamie Hayter.
tonight, she can make
Well, I
a name
guess
for
by this
herself on
point,
this side of the Pacific too.
I guess that hadn't happened, but yeah. Give me. Condition thing happening, so when something isn't always happening, my attention span is gone. Yep.
Familiar with Excalibur. This is
Yeah, no, that's the thing is like naturally. So yeah, the whole ADHD thing. First off, it's a very wide spectrum. ADHD comes in a lot of different forms or a lot of different people, which already makes it hard to like truly identify what is nature versus nurture. You know, some people are born with ADHD. There are also some people, most people really, who can kind of learn ADHD. You just condition your attention span to being very, very short, quick to consume, move to the next thing. Not you specific, but you in the general sense. Especially in this day and age, you know, when you have things like TikTok, YouTube Shorts, like that really sets the pace.
In the face of referee Aubrey Edwards, could be looking for a boot. Nope, no boot. But Aubrey Edwards calls
no
for the
boot.
bell. And now
Sure, match goes Texas space wrestling. This was the only match I needed.
set to square off.
Wrestling, string.
This is gonna
That's
be great.
about it.
I'm really looking forward to calling and watching this one.
She's like, so she's a Mid-South wrestler.
A slight experience
I
advantage,
love how
but
that feels becoming a huge part of
both
the
of
AEW.
these women have earned all the acclaim, every bit of the acclaim they've garnered around the
Agree,
world.
Jesse. I mean, eventually there's certain referees that come to stand out enough for, you know, there's your Charles Robinsons, you know, your Earl Hebners. But for the most part, yeah, I'm like, who is that guy? Whether, like
toughest women I've ever seen.
you could almost change them out week to week. Jessica Carr is another one. It's like, okay, haha, big old boot.
But you know, B also gave Britt Baker concussion, so Chris better be, you know, have a little.
Maybe it's
bit of
just more
caution.
like a spectrum.
Look at
Yes.
this B. Goes through. 1, 2. 2 count Statlander. Able to break
Indeed,
free.
indeed.
Oh, the boot to the top of the knee. Taking B's legs out from under, and then the drop kick to the side of the head. And Vicky, you're exactly right. That kick to the back of the head sidelined Britt Baker for a number of months. But she has rebounded very nicely. And now Chris Statlander
Oh.
to the outside. The moonsault
Landed on her feet.
The
Nice.
running knee strike, though, takes down the Galaxy's greatest alien.
You don't see Statlander doing that much anymore, and that's probably because of the knee issue she's
on the
had.
ring apron.
Statlander has a background in gymnastics, and she used to be a stunt woman.
It's so funny to me, right? Because I legit forgot Chris Statlander in 2019 AEW was a thing. I fully thought that she came on board, like, after the turn of the year. So we saw her on Dark, like a month ago, Rewind-wise. I was like, wow, she came around that early? Huh, maybe this is just like a first appearance before she actually comes around. And then she was appearing every other week. And got a win. And got ranked.
I mean, you know, she's good at concussions. I mean, I would be very cautious.
Joe, you're good at concussions.
Yeah, I'm very good. Don't
So
tell
cavities and concussions.
Don't tell protocol that.
Cavities and concussions.
B
puts
on the
over.
Brakes. Oh, savage chop there.
Forearm. Chop.
Statlander lighting up B Priestley, but B grabs a handful of hair. 1, 2, and Vicky, once again, B Priestley taking advantage of the rules.
Nonchalant. Really threw it out on the mat to go for a nonchalant cover. Okay.
Very fast from her.
But Chris Statlander never one to back down from a fight. Joey, you know that with firsthand knowledge.
Yes. Me and her actually, we wrestled each other for 30 minutes a few months ago at Beyond Wrestling show in Massachusetts, and people called it on the internet one of the best intergender matches of the year for the year. But it's just, she's like
of the year.
She's tough. She's tenacious.
Tough. Absolutely.
And B Priestley looking to test every bit of that tenacity. Covers hook the leg. 1, 2. Nope. Statlander able to kick out. And what an upset that would be.
You know, I love the confidence of the women of AEW. I mean, they are confident. They want to have those opportunities. I mean, I'm just so impressed by their strength, their confidence. I'm like their biggest cheerleader.
These women are competing on the world stage. They know a victory here could mean a match tomorrow night in Corpus Christi.
Who's this a reference to, Jesse?
And that would then allow them to challenge AEW Women's World Champion Riho. And a victory there would be a complete life-changing opportunity.
Up and over she goes.
God.
All victories are good, Excalibur.
Enziguri.
Well said, Vicky.
Good shit.
And now B Priestley headed up to the top with Statlander with a hard right hand.
Big palm strike.
That wasn't even loud. It was just a thud. You could hear the impact for sure.
It's really incredible. They both have 3 years experience in wrestling, so they're really.
Wow, B has only been wrestling since
wrestling.
2016.
She is looking for the cheeky Nando's, but Statlander.
Cheeky Nando's? No way. Is that really what it's called? That's epic.
Statlander drops to her back, springs to her feet, catches the lariat, tapped high right roundhouse kick.
That connected.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about Jessica Carr. Oh, gotcha.
Statlander with the running back elbow strike. It's the
yeah, she's now Calyx.
Giving her a taste of her own medicine right now.
He might have a
She used to be a ref before she got signed as a referee. She used to be a wrestler before she got signed as a ref. She used to be a ref before she was a ref.
Another good call by Ref Aubrey.
Aubrey Edwards has quickly asserted herself as the top official here in AEW.
You know, I interviewed her on my podcast, and she's only had 2 years experience of learning how to be a ref, and it's just amazing how perfectionist she is in her craft.
She is a true professional, a true perfectionist, just as you said.
Again with the hair.
But the German suplex. Priestley
nope, did not maintain the bridge.
She's bringing Statlander back up to her feet. Got the looking for that shoulder capture suplex. Statlander had it scouted.
Yep, cheeky Nando's. Totally not making a rewind bingo card. Could have been me. Please, Ray. I've been wanting to do a bingo card for the watch-alongs for months. I think that'd be a really fun thing. It would have to be like curated to promotions, though. And I guess in the case of AEW, current day and rewinds. But also, just do the rewinds one for now. Don't get that. Don't overcommit. We got a lot of stuff going on. Unless, of course, it's fun. But that's, yeah. Don't burn yourself out.
The Nightmare Collective.
Speaking of the Nightmare, has phone home.
With the signs for Chris Statlander. They want Statlander as their newest member.
Stay away from those creeps.
Oh, no, they're not that bad. Are you scared? Are you scared, Joey?
I
Gonna try and catch her with the shoulder barge?
That's the
Really?
only thing I got going for me.
Joey
That's not the
Janela
smartest
very
idea.
protective of that full head of hair. But right now, Chris Statlander, she took her eye off B. Priestley for a second and gets stomped for her troubles.
That cover, get that cover.
Cover 1, 2, no!
Oh, so
Still in it.
Brandy, Awesome Kong, and I believe that's Melanie.
We're behind on you live stream. As soon as I type in about Shiki Ninjas, I heard you say, no worries, dog. I had a feeling you were on delay, but I figured it was kind of necessary because I know that there is a natural need for delay if you're in go position and trying to sync that show with the live stream, because the live stream has automatic playback, but Discord is just pure live.
Yeah, we saw at the buy-in for Full Gear.
Stay away from me and my locks, my luscious bad boy locks.
If they got my hair, they wouldn't have much, so I don't nothing to worry about. Joey, I would be very scared.
For an ocean cyclone.
Yeah, B. Priestley is looking for that Japanese ocean cyclone suplex, but Statlander has B all rolled up.
Ring around the Rosie?
Or shall we say the Dallas roll?
These women are incredible. I mean, what?
Ring around the ring?
Oh, so close. B. Priestley was disoriented, and Chris Statlander very nearly took advantage. Statlander needs to press the attack. She ducks under the high roundhouse.
Oh, just sets back out of that spinning back kick. That would have fucked her up.
She ducks under the
Nice with the backdrop suplex. It was Saito, wasn't it? Yeah, it was.
That's how dangerous B. Priestley is. She can turn things around at a moment's notice.
So no, it's teardrop is when you get you hook the crotch and do the backdrop suplex. So it's not. It looks kind of like an angle slam. Saito, I believe, is like hook around the waist, head underneath the arm, and just snap. Try to high angle slam.
That's it. That's it.
1, 2, no.
Still in it.
Don't underestimate the women.
They really mention it now. Is usually the win-loss record when someone is 1 extra credit. Agreed. Yeah, no, the win-loss records are still billed on AEW. Every now and then they'll just not put the lower third, like you see how I'd have it on my nameplate. They'll every now and then not do the little third thing. On ROH, they seem to not do it much anymore, and I think that's because they're trying to decide how much AEW ROH is or isn't.
Now B. Priestley all hooked up with nowhere to go.
Because some weeks it's booked like its own promotion. Most weeks it's booked like AEW's third showing. Got her.
Oh my God, that was right on her head.
She might be a little sore tomorrow.
I guess Tuesday Night Fever.
Sore tomorrow, but it looks like the nightmare.
But I agree, Jesse. They don't do the rankings anymore, and it's upsetting because like, go on to Twitter and Blue Sky, and there is an unofficial AEW rankings page. I kid you not. Search it up. It's great. They have a mathematical system how they rank all of the wrestlers on the roster, and it is mostly accurate all of the time. It's mind blowing. So it's like either they have a very similar formula to what TK actually used, just happened to stumble into it based off of coincidence and intuition, or TK is pretty much going, oh, I'll just go with what you're doing then. It's kind of mind-blowing. Sorry if I got overexcitable there. I'm just trying to get my energy up. Your boy is running at hour 15 currently.
Young Bucks against SCU for the World Tag Team title.
No worries. I should be able to get a cool 4 hours before New Japan.
Did you hear the news, puny human? Did you hear? Chris Statlander is gonna be your leader. Because last week, I just beat Sheeta. This week, I just beat B. Nyla Rose is off of my radar, which means Britt Baker is next. The Galaxy's greatest is getting that rocket strapped to her back. Do you feel that gravitational pull? It's that title coming into orbit around my waist. Next week, it's gonna be you and me, Britt, and I will be your leader.
Don't forget, it's coming up this coming Wednesday, live on TNT from the American Bank Center in Corpus Christi, Texas, 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 Central, 2 full hours of Abe. What a great card in Corpus Christi.
Yes, EO.
I cannot wait to see the hybrid too. No.
Do that again for me.
The hybrid too.
Gotta love my job. Time for our main event here on Dark, the hybrid 2 again.
She's kind of got the rhythm for
Team
it.
up.
That was the best he's got.
Against Best Friends and Orange Cassidy.
Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. The overall record is my pizza record since the beginning of 2023, for clarity. Because that's when I first started documenting it. I thought about changing my thing to being 2019 pizza record. I don't know, but it was probably a lot.
Not found much luck in the trios division here in AEW, but according to them, they just haven't found the right partner. Tonight, they found a bastard.
Yeah, but at the same time, Jack Evans, every time he comes out here on AEW,
TH2 got merch.
He's kind of becoming the ace of the show, to be honest.
And he teaming back up with Angelico, TH2. And their partner about to hit his head to the ring.
And your partner from Newcastle upon Tyne, England, weighing 206 pounds.
So the extended intro. Go through this every single time on the rewinds, and it's like, wait, did he have a different song before? I don't remember this one. Oh wait, it's just the extended intro. Every single time I go through that process. You think I'd be used to it by now?
But if there's anybody that deserves that moniker, it is none other than Pac.
He's a monster.
Every time I see this guy in the locker room, he's talking to himself.
He's constantly muttering to himself. He has the biggest chip on his shoulder, maybe in AEW, and that is with full knowledge that John Moxley is in AEW.
At least it was before Tony Bradley.
And
Yeah.
Pac with a chance to show off his tag team.
Big egregious, and my understanding is it's just the guy who's effectively behind, or like the end-all be-all, and whether or not AEW is on there, sees the value in AEW but not ROH. Probably, it's kind of hard to put in perspective, really. Because yeah, the more I tried to make sense of it out loud, the more I can't. I mean, y'all just lost Rampage. Like, this is the way to bring. This is what you could have done to bring it on. But maybe they don't see the net positive in it.
Here in AEW, hoping to keep that record alive.
You know,
It could be a matter of like rights and stuff like that. Because ROH is the thing is ROH in essence is to AEW what NXT is to WWE. But the difference is NXT is still a part of the WWE promotion. ROH is not a part of the AEW promotion. ROH is its own promotion. It just so happens that they are both owned by the same people, by the same person, and thus same team runs on a lot on both shows in most regards. And there's a lot of crossover. So it really blends it. It really, you know, they're both in the same mixing pot. It's hard to see them as separate promotions. But I think that is the case. So when you bring on ROH, now it's like all these licensing gigs. Now you gotta get into the logistics of an entirely different product. You know, it's not just like AEW Rampage or AEW Shockwave. It's Ring of Honor Wrestling. So I think there might be. That's the most I can make sense of it.
The man is actually one of the bravest I've ever seen. He's so brave that he would strap a bucket of maple syrup to his back and drive a motorbike through the great country of Canada.
I'm sure I can make him smile.
What?
I want to see where this goes after this match.
Vicky?
Look at this Orange Cassidy.
He's getting a hero's welcome here in Dallas. Referee Bryce Remsburg drawing the
No, I did not, Hassan. I am not going to see it. I'm not very interested in Minecraft. Sharing the tag rope, okay. Dope.
Orange Cassidy's like Tony Romo.
We love this.
Circa 2000.
This unity.
in Dallas.
That unity
He is
didn't
a
last
hero
long.
here. And now side headlock takeover there by Trent and Helico, though. He's got that tremendous Yaveo background, that Mexican submission grappling style. And so it's going to take a lot of technique by Trent if he wants to gain the upper hand on the lanky South African.
Sometimes I wish I wore a full body suit like Angelico, so I don't get the, you know the deal.
I wore a full body suit.
I got a little bit of a belly. I got a little bit of the jelly belly, you know?
I bet you that bodysuit has some superpowers.
The girls like the jelly belly when they're cuddling.
Jesus Christ.
They love the Janela Nutella.
No!
Lost control of this AEW Dark broadcast.
I have been waiting for the main, so I didn't get kicked off. To go wild. Wristlock, great tag wrestling.
Hey, thanks for taking over.
These guys just cutting the ring in half. That's the way to do it. Not that outlaw mud show wrestling that we're used to seeing, you know?
Chuck Taylor with the left arm.
Bro is taking all the shots at Cornette. It's that bucket of maple syrup line was a or I guess less racist version of the thing that Jim Cornette said on NWA Power, which effectively got him fired from NWA.
Shoves him off, sends him into the corner. Now Angelico throws a wild right hand. Chuck Taylor able to avoid. Taylor rolls through.
Nice.
Grabs the single leg crab. And look at this, Jack Evans, all the roundhouse kick. And you see Pac doing a great job of diverting the referee's attention.
Lethal kicks.
Oh, yeah, he never misses. That's the thing. Is like anything he's a part of is automatically better. Nice. Making them fight each other effectively. Ripcord Soul Food.
Chuck Taylor and Vicky are exactly right. All three of those men feel like they've been overlooked, underserved here in AEW, and that they deserve more. Pac, oh, the shot to the kidneys of Chuck Taylor.
Referee distracted.
Nah. No, you're fine.
And
But I appreciate you trying to be cognizant of that. But no, I don't think so. You think
kick to the jaw.
That's it.
I watch wrestling but still believe in Jericho. Jericho,
Taylor
right?
never thrown across the ring, sent Pillar to post.
Yes, but I also think that they know that 2024 Jericho isn't 2022 Jericho, and 2022 Jericho was not 2019 Jericho. And there's also the market changed, you know. This Chris Jericho isn't like a year or two removed from some critically acclaimed Wrestle Kingdom match against Kenny Omega.
And Omega just got lucky on Dynamite a couple weeks ago. Jack Evans.
Like he was hip tossing Andre the Giant.
Jack Evans hooks both legs. Only a 1 count there as Chuck Taylor able to kick out.
Vicky, out of these 6 men, who would you most likely?
Because that was 2017 or 2018.
All of them.
Ooh. I like that.
You know that did include you, right, Joey?
Did it include me?
No.
Oh.
Hey, Bryce is a married man.
It's all right.
Got a lovely family.
I got enough girls slipping in my DMs, or am I slipping in their DMs?
Oh, Jack Evans? Yes, he early doors AEW guy. He's worked a lot in AAA in Mexico in general. And he eventually let his contract run out just because he felt like he wasn't going to do much here. Yeah, shirtless one, yeah. Jack Evans. He's apparently a tenured indie veteran, though.
Beautiful back body drop.
But yeah, like I said, working mainly internationally, which might be why us American wrestling fans may be less familiar with him pre-AEW.
Watch out for the hunk in the corner.
Yeah, you know, also Trent is pissed off at Phoenix, so that's going to get, look, he's got that aggression.
Oh, Trent over the top. Tope con hello. And Orange Cassidy approves.
When I see Orange Cassidy now, I just think about maple syrup from what you said, Joey.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
You got to give the people.
Orange Cassidy is the most animated he has been up until that point.
Pac, not the legal man.
And Trent should be scared of Pac because Pac beat him on November 6th on Dynamite. So there's a little animosity between those two.
Just stomping Trent Beretta now, Angelico.
The team
Say no for real.
seems to be working better.
He really, and the only difference is, honestly, I talk so much about Hangman's character growth being something that I want people to see throughout the rewinds. Orange Cassidy's character growth is another thing I want people to see throughout the years, because that's something people just didn't think happened, didn't think would happen, didn't think was gonna happen.
That's not a bad thing. You know?
So I should bring more attention to that. Honestly, I remember the name, but not how he looks, at least in this match. Fair enough. Fair enough. To be fair, though, this is mainly the look he has throughout AEW. So it's possible that he just didn't resonate with you at the time, which is completely acceptable. You know, life is life. Depends on how much wrestling you watch. A lot of wrestling. You know, there's a... Like, I thought that I had AEW memorized, right? But the rewinds have really taught me I don't. There's match results I've straight up forgotten, to the point where I've gaslit myself into thinking I knew the results and then was shocked that I didn't when it happened. Like, Trent beating Penta on Dark? Like, what? Clean. Like, how has this happened? It has been made since...
As Jack Evans landing some right hands to the forehead of Trent. TH2 and Pac have really been doing a number on the best friends here. Evans cartwheels through that attempt. Oh! Evans corkscrews over the top. The heel of his boot colliding with the head of Trent.
He knows how to move that body.
I'm looking at, I'm sorry, the random laughter. I'm just looking at this bingo card, and I pot's a hard one. Also love the NWO font.
My buddy Jack Evans from the heavens.
Trent slam face first.
Dasha smiles.
As Pac continues to maintain control. Now Trent, sent over the top into the corner, into the waiting arms of Pac.
The guest some of these we might need to workshop just because right now this is the guest commentary. Oh my gosh, guest commentator era of Dark. Each episode is gonna have a guest commentator. But yeah, there's all overall a lot of fun. I dig what you went for, and I like it.
I'm feeling bad for the guy.
Feel free to share it on the Discord if you want. I want to make it easy but hard still. No, I hear you. That is an achievable goal. It's just sort of, yeah, just a couple of ones that would be, like, they might as well just be more than one free space on there. Wow, this company is insane. Big cabby. And then leaving a big company, but I don't understand when they leave and then continue doing the exact same thing. Yeah, no, at that point, it's not so much about your potential being capped in that environment. It's just your comfort in that environment has faded, has transitioned. Doing the exact, I imagine. I should probably actually let you finish your two-part message instead of just jumping to the conclusions of what the second part's going to be. I mean, anything on there, that ain't fucking happening. You keep telling yourself that.
But he actually put himself
all right, Bryce. One. Like he had this weird little boogie to him.
The laconic and sloth-like Orange Cassidy
with 2 weeks to go.
Look at this Orange Cassidy. The fans chanting that they want orange. They want to see freshly squeezed. Will Trent make the tag?
Give us some OJ.
Jesus. Oh my God.
Finally. Look at the crowd there.
The crowd went fucking nuts. Doing the exact same thing.
It was like Ricky Morton tagging in Robert Gibson.
Everyone is on their feet. This is exciting.
Agreed, Jousty. But I also do think that takes a level of drive and self-reflection that not as many people as you believe have. Particularly in pro wrestling, which is an environment of egos. For the most part. There's absolutely those exceptions, but if there's anything I've learned about pro wrestling in my 18 years as a fan, it is that the average pro wrestler has a certain level of ego.
This is what they paid a ticket to
Cody,
see.
that could have been perfect examples of leaving and completely changing. Yes. Exactly that.
Awesome, guys.
Jesus.
You better be careful with Pac. Pac is not in a good mood.
Oh, Pac went for the pump kick. Cassidy avoids it, goes over
Bro has been doing that cell for 6 years. You need to stop.
Cassidy plants the bastard on the top of his head.
I'm kind of impressed, guys. I'm getting flushed all over again tonight.
And the glasses are on. The hands are in the pockets. Orange Cassidy tagging to the sky. Sope la naranja. Orange Cassidy taking out.
What do you just call it?
I don't even know what to say anymore.
Orange.
I'm kind of, this is awesome.
Wow.
Orange Cassidy crashing into the pile.
That's hot, Joey. You can't do that.
And the best friends got to give the people what they want.
Love it.
Wonder if he'll take my number.
And Helico up to the top. Oh, no,
Caught.
double goozle.
Double choke. Double choke slam.
Choke slam.
Oh,
And now
so
Orange
real,
Cassidy.
Jesse.
Oh, I know this move.
He's going up to the top. Oh, just into the splash. 1, 2. No, and Helico kicks out.
Look at.
Not today.
Just the sloth splash. Just, I'm gonna fall onto you now.
And now Helico sent face first into the middle turnbuckle. And Chuck Taylor has him set up.
What a great match. Like, I am so glad to be here tonight.
Chucky T. Nobody home.
Rough.
And Helico, just bullies him to the corner. Jack Evans tags in. Dropkick knocks Trent off.
Hey
the
there,
apron,
Brad.
high kick.
Yes, WrestleMania will actually be a watch-along. We kind of like, as you see nowadays, we cover so much pro wrestling. WWE kind of just falls at the bottom of the list because that already gets enough coverage and stuff. But WrestleMania is WrestleMania, and we're doing the whole collective, and that's kind of a part of it, if not the reason why it happens. So yeah, we'll be doing both nights.
Oh, the 450 off the top. 1, 2. Trent there in time to break it up.
They're working like a well-oiled machine right now.
Incredible match.
TH2, Vicky, you alluded to it earlier, of a similar mind with Pac, and they have shown great tag team instincts here tonight.
It's perfection.
And look at this.
And then immediately just drops him. But also, how goes it, Brett?
Taylor take advantage.
Chuck Taylor rolls him up. 1, 2. So close.
Pac is not going to give up that easy.
Taylor charges in.
No reason to watch AEW. That's rough. You're missing out on a lot, my man. But I mean, I guess different strokes for different folks.
Up on the shoulders. Oh, Pac looking for the brutalizer. He's making Taylor carry his weight, and it just wrenching back on that neck.
Yo, I think he's about to put him.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's wilting before our eyes, and he is forced to tap out. Pac forcing Chuck Taylor to submit with a brutalizer.
I get that.
Incredible.
Do you watch any other promotions? Do you watch like any GCW? Have you tried out MLP for its few shows it's done? New Japan Pro Wrestling. Interesting to you at all?
Vicky, if you had to pick one, who was most impressive in your eyes in this
Stardom, maybe?
Pac, by all means.
I do need to indulge in some more Stardom. Impact? Fair.
The bastard is on a mission here for respect in AEW. For myself, Excalibur, for the bad boy Joey Janela, for Vicky Guerrero, we will send it back to Tony and Dasha.
Okay, so another week is done on Dark.
There you have it, y'all. That was.
First of all, join the conversation on hashtag AEW Dark.
I don't believe we need to do this endo stuff. This is just them doing plug. It's pretty good. I mean, hey, I don't doubt that it is enjoyable for those it's for, you know. I personally don't resonate with TNA too much nowadays. Ever since AJ Styles left a little over a decade ago, I fell off, and every single time I've tried to get back into it, hasn't worked out the best. But fret not, y'all, the stream's still going on. We're going to be moving over to AEW Dynamite, December 18th, 2019. I'm just going to be taking a brief intermission in between the shows, y'all, and a lot of retired right. That's not wrong. But yes, y'all, gonna throw on some interlude music in the meantime. I should be back about 3-ish minutes. Alrighty, y'all, I'm back. And I think it's about time we dive into this episode of Dynamite. For those of you who got AEW Plus on Triller, I'm going to drop the link here in the chat, so that way anybody who's watching on playback or live on their own feed can check it out. Of course, there's the Go position right there. Link to the Discord, where the Go position is, rather. Alternatively, this episode of Dynamite is probably available on Max and or the TBS and TNT apps. But yes, without further ado, we're going to get right into this episode of Dynamite. Oh, okay. I was going to give us a countdown. All right. So, yes. It's going to be in 3, 2, 1, go. Hold open for the show.
As we send it down to Justin Roberts. This opening contest is set for one.
My girlfriend told me it's either her or AEW. I said I have zero.
From Mexico City, Mexico, at a combined weight of 383 pounds, Pentagon Jr. El Zero Miedo and Rey Phoenix, the Lucha Brothers. And their opponents first, from Aarons Creek, Virginia, weighing 219 pounds, Hangman Adam Page.
I don't know, make it say something like Happy Ye Holidays. I don't know, make it say something like rank 2 and
I'm Jim Ross, alongside Excalibur and Tony Schiavone, and Excalibur, there's a hell of a backstory involving this very matchup.
Hangman Adam Page and Kenny Omega were victorious last week on Dynamite. But
that's hilarious. Make it say something like Happy Holidays.
How they could not get on the same page, so to speak, and even despite that, we're still victorious.
It was a blind tag, if you'll recall, that got the win that Kenny Omega was shocked about, but seemingly on social media afterwards, they kind of patched things up. We're ready to go this week here, and what an opening bout we have here on Dynamite.
Bit of a standoff here. This time, Kenny Omega recently took the AAA Omega Championship off of Rey Phoenix. So they're familiar with each other at this time.
Listen to this crowd here in Corpus Christi, Texas, just 120 miles north of the U.S. and Mexico border. Even though the Elite are typically fan favorites, the Lucha Brothers, Rey Phoenix currently in the ring and his brother, Pentagon Jr. on the outside, are getting a hero's welcome here in Texas.
They came in early and did a lot of media, very popular in this market, along with many markets. Look at the athleticism, and that's one of the reasons
Be future
why.
world champ. That show with this Omega kid looks green. Yeah.
So explosive.
Feels like he takes himself a bit too serious.
Kenny Omega found that out firsthand. They met in singles competition just over a month ago.
But yeah, I think this Hangman guy gets his fundamentals right. Could be a star.
Completely different color.
Agreed, yo. He's got some fun gear that we're going to see throughout the years. Although he's definitely going to show you which ones he favors.
Follow us on social media, allelitewrestling.com, shop AEW.com, AE Wrestling on Twitter.
He's going for that Snapdragon, the 2-frame.
Rey Phoenix in the backhand,
oh.
the shoulders of Omega.
Oh, almost got one wing angel. That would have been rough.
Rey Phoenix. Nobody's been better, in my opinion, than Rey Phoenix in the last couple of months. And Tony,
as Lucha Bros in WWE, nah. I couldn't see them ever being interested in them.
And he keep him from doing those high-flying maneuvers up top.
Planning Kenny Omega planning Rey Phoenix to that Kotaro Crusher, and now once again looking for the one-winged angel. He's got him up. That finishing maneuver has 100%.
Ray Phoenix is looking.
Effectiveness of Pentagon Jr. tags out.
You know, and that's showing us he wants to end this quickly.
He's really young perfection.
3 minutes into the match.
And maybe because the longer it
My
goes,
God, the fact that at this point in time they've yet to have some of the best matches, I'm so looking forward to it.
We saw Omega and Page not seeing eye to eye last week. Page wanted to take over the match. He wanted to
I look forward to like 2021 and beyond when the in-ring quality is going to really step up, and that's saying something because it's already very good right now.
Then it needs to be reborn, because I don't think that he's been the same since he lost to Chris Jericho for the championship.
Yeah, he definitely has a preference for that, but no, there's specifically some themed gears that he'll wear a lot. Like, you'd swear it was just supposed to be like a cosplay for a movie situation or a costume for Halloween, but no. They'll just be like, I'm going to wear this for 4 months now.
He has every physical tool you'd want in any champion.
Well, JR, you know that about the young athletes. Sometimes they have all the physical ability in the world, but it's that mental game. It's taking that next step. That's where they run into issues. And Hangman, right now with a 500 record.
Oh, he did catch it. I was like, where's the glove go?
Above water.
A lot of mind games going on here from Pentagon. Look at this.
Oh.
Zero miedo, zero fear.
It was a bit aggressive. A bit aggressive it was, yeah.
And all the fans are with him on that seemingly here as well.
It's literally tattooed on his knuckles, Tony.
Go look at him, Tony, right now. You'll see it. I mean it.
That's a hell of a note. Tattooed on his knuckles. Ooh.
Okay.
Now, I didn't think Page would back down at all.
I think Pentagon a little shocked that Page standing toe-to-toe with him.
I would say there's zero fear in both men.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, he said screw these chaps.
These two men teeing off on one another. Pentagon puts on the brakes and kicks Hangman Page.
Went down a little too early for that backdrop.
Pentagon's got some style, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's a veteran. He knows every trick and every move. Nice shot there, though, by Hangman Page.
He forgot the trick of getting
Well placed boot for sure.
So,
tag him again. He lets go.
Reluctant tag to his tag team partner Kenny Omega. And again, we noticed that they didn't get along well last week. And now, Pentagon Jr. being ping pong.
Oh, putting on the brakes is Pentagon.
Wow. I read the chest of Hangman Page is. Man, they're lashing each
The
other.
way I just now remembered that I haven't put in my Sakura Genesis predictions yet. Oof.
Lucha Brothers come into this matchup trying to snap a 3-game AEW losing streak as a tag team. And as you know, here in Dynamite, here in AEW, wins and losses mean a lot.
They're actually the number 4 ranked tag team in the company right now. But I like what we're seeing here tonight from Page and Omega. Right to the eyes. That's not cool. Referee Audrey Edwards is doing her best to maintain some sort of civility between 4 highly spirited athletes.
Page and Omega with a positive record as a tag team. 2 wins, 1 loss.
Bro hit that zero. Bro is taunt spamming so hard.
Would mean big things for them in the tag team division.
You're clearly playing by Here Comes the Pain rules.
Just because you leave the ring in today's game doesn't mean you're safe.
That's right. Look at this.
Omega over the top by Conhiro. And takes a jog up the ramp for good measure.
Big time offense by Kenny Omega. And look at the chest of Hangman Page at the hands of Pentagon Jr. just a few minutes ago.
I thought he was going to hit the V-trigger, damn. I thought he got the whole ramp head start to hit the V-trigger on Penta. So clean, though.
Taking out both members of the opposition.
The risk reward in that maneuver, Tony, is questionable.
It is questionable. It takes great athleticism, but also, JR, it takes great confidence in yourself.
You can't miss.
No, you can't.
There's no margin for error.
Oh, look at this. Pentagon looking for that double iron hood pile driver. Page feels it coming.
Yeah, he just powered out of that.
Page has his version of the clothesline. Look out on the outside.
Oh?
Yeah,
there he is.
Phoenix grabbing the ankles. And just setting up Page for that super kick and then dropping him face first on the
rough.
For give him a big boost, big assist there. So now let's see if the Lucha Bros can take over this match. Look at this.
Amazing.
So clean.
Ray Phoenix, 1, 2. Bounding on those ropes. Pentagon going for the pinfall attempt, but only coming up with the 2.
Omega had to save the day on that one. And it looks like the edge is back to the more seasoned, more frequent tag team in the Lucha Brothers.
The balance is amazing.
Yeah. And accuracy, Tony.
Yep, accuracy.
Right is fine. He didn't miss He didn't wobble when he hit. He right square.
It's a good point. It really is not necessarily jumping on a guy, JR. It's where you land and accuracy, like you said.
And JR, you mentioned that this is
Certainly.
a
Nope.
level match.
Damn.
AEW's next big pay-per-view
Full on kicked his leg out of his leg.
on February 29th. Coming up in Chicago, Illinois, Wintrust Arena. Tickets go on sale this Friday at 11 a.m. Central Time, 12 Eastern.
Well, the great thing about that is we're going to be downtown Chicago for the first time, Tony.
Downtown Chicago, absolutely.
Wintrust Arena, a lot of great things going on. And as Excalibur said, tickets
Yep,
go on sale
Wintrust
this
Arena.
Friday morning
That's going to be where next Friday's Windy City Riot is going to be held.
in Chicago. First time in downtown, folks. And
oh, look at this. Omega.
Omega taking it downtown, found his mark.
And then the Polish hammer to the chest of Phoenix, taking him down. Omega sizing up
I'm not
Pentagon.
going to after knowing Vicky was right. Oh my gosh, she was
Too
unbearable.
much quickness. And look at Ray Phoenix. Aubrey Edwards had trouble getting Phoenix out of the ring. That time he rolled out on his own accord.
Hopefully he's all right.
Pentagon up on the shoulders of Omega.
Omega, he's a little wobbly too. Hey, this has been a very hard-hitting match, folks.
Still got, oh no,
Days
knees.
off last week when they fought.
And Pentagon, or excuse me, Kenny Omega had a
Look out.
full schedule this weekend hosting the Capcom Cup. So he's been running ragged this entire weekend.
Ray Phoenix, I think may have eliminated Hangman Page.
I believe so.
At least for the time being.
I don't even see him. I have to look over here to the left. He's down on the floor
Nice.
somewhere near the
Double
steel
double
steps
team
on the far
offense.
side. It's kind of 2-on-1 here. Well, it's not kind of. It is 2-on-1.
Oh, base suicida by Ray Phoenix.
There you go. And man, I tell you, they just changed the complexion of the game just like that.
This rapid fire offense from the Lucha Brothers. Cover 1, 2, no!
Oh, wow.
Pentagon very nearly put away the number 2 ranked singles competitor here in All Elite Wrestling, Kenny Omega.
Oh.
I don't know either.
Pentagon working on the outside, the thigh, the
I
IT
don't know
band.
either.
It's not a handicap match, ladies and gentlemen. We are live in Corpus Christi. Technical difficulties aside, we are glad you're with us. And this is a hell of an opener tonight.
I think something should be said about 2019. And, of course, this being our last show of 2019, what a year 2019 was for pro wrestling and All Elite Wrestling. Our debut year, JR, Excalibur.
Is it jobbering time?
Oh, that's a hell of a way to make a U-turn.
It's jobbering time.
What a
I
way to cap
can't.
off 2019 for the Lucha Bros if they came away with a victory over Omega and Page.
Phoenix got blocked. He got blocked and got power slam. Oh, that running knee is just devastating.
Omega just
Knee every single time.
He saw that
It's
coming.
grody.
He felt Phoenix up in the air. He
That was
planted him
going
down with a powerbomb
Corpus
and
Christi.
followed up with a big kibosh, the running knee strike to the face of Ray Phoenix.
And as we mentioned earlier,
Oh yeah.
Phoenix and Omega
Where
are no
they?
strangers.
That's right. Omega was victorious for the AAA Mega Campeonato title in Mexico.
Hangman Page is having a hell of a bad night.
He can't even get up on the apron, and
Cheap
Kenny
shot after
desperately
cheap shot.
Oh, look at this. Ray Phoenix diverting the attention of referee Aubrey Edwards.
She can't call what she doesn't see. There's always been
Oh.
2 referees for a tag match. I don't believe in that either.
Omega's amazing. Fighting
Took
out
the
of
slobber out of him. It was quite literally a slobber knocker.
To the corner, there's a tag made. Hangman Page is legal.
Oh, Selena.
And he takes down Pentagon Jr. on the apron. The boot up to Ray Phoenix. Now Pentagon gets
Triangle
taken
lariat.
down with a flying lariat.
Page and Omega getting a second chance, getting at least on life for this match.
Saga
Always
shit,
slam
kip
nips
up.
Nice athleticism by Hangman Page, who now flies.
Smooth, and then right back into the ring. Clothesline to the outside. And then it's time to hit a tope suicida. Let's fucking go. And let's hit another one. Let's hit another one.
Now follows it up a tope on Ray Phoenix. That's 6 feet, 219 pounds of Hangman Adam Page flying out of the ring.
Fans like it.
Yes, they do.
Here deep in the heart of.
Very deep.
Now Hangman Page, dealer's choice there. He's got both the Lucha Brothers stuck in.
I mean, Jesse, they are such a great mixed match team. And there's a very interesting dynamic here because the thing is, Hangman's not a part of the Elite right now. About 5 weeks prior to this point, on BTE, he formally left the Elite, saying that he just needs to be on his own. He needs to grow away from them and stop holding them back.
Not many athletes with the size and agility combination of
So Kenny is kind of like what's keeping him linked to the Elite in a way.
Springboard? Wow. Very innovative. And not only that, but he knocked Pentagon backwards out of the ring so he couldn't make it in time to break up the pinfall attempt.
Hell, he graduated from college when he was like 20 years old. He's a smart kid.
Ray Phoenix. Step up into the soul, but
The way his head just...
Page on the ear.
Oh my gosh, he was so done. Into the face buster. All right.
Face buster. Hooks the far leg. 1, 2, no.
There wasn't a lot of mustard behind that push out.
Yeah, Hangman Page took a lot of punishment on the floor, JR.
Yeah, he just
Push out.
He just want to get that shoulder up a little, and that's all it takes. But
Speaking of punishment on the other side,
And I guess it's not a kick out if you're not actually kicking, right?
Yeah, hanging on to the top rope. That's the only thing keeping him on the apron, I believe.
Two kick. Oh, that hurt.
the number 4 ranked tag team, the Lucha Brothers,
Casadora.
are dominating.
So beautiful.
Going for the cover.
Page again with a very lackluster kick out.
Yeah, well, I think that the other thing, too, is that Pentagon Jr. may have overestimated or underestimated the resilience of Hangman Page. Page is a tough son of a gun.
Pentagon Jr. taking a very methodical approach. He knows he has these two tough competitors on the ropes.
Yeah, he's performing with a great deal of confidence right now, Excalibur. You're right.
Nope.
Maybe
It was like, is he going for the destroyer? Doesn't matter.
Man, what a 15 minutes gone by with a 20-minute time limit.
30-minute, actually, JR. Sorry.
Is it 30?
Yes. Oh, look at this fallaway slam up the middle rope.
Well, that just gives us more time to enjoy.
I agree. Absolutely.
I'm liking this match.
This has been a 15 minutes of a high-impact, high-flying
good
tag
wrestling.
team. Yes, good wrestling.
Good wrestling, Tony. I think good wrestling, Excalibur, for both these guys.
And these 4 men so highly skilled, it wouldn't surprise me if they need every second of that 30 minutes. Omega tagged in the legal man, charging in.
He got another rush of adrenaline, did Omega, after he had a chance to regroup somewhat. But somebody at some point, one of these two teams, has got to put the nail in the old proverbial coffin.
Might be a big mistake. Look at
Yeah.
Omega again.
Buckle bomb into his own partner, brother, whatever.
Elbow strike.
Man, that was a hard shot. He popped his hips and almost took the man's head off.
Now the German suplex.
Into the sky high.
Down. 1, 2, no.
Kick out from Penta.
Into the powerbomb.
This is a real fun match.
Very nearly put away Pentagon Jr.
I think what we're seeing is Omega and Page have done a great job of putting those differences behind them. They've wrestled a great team as a team tonight.
Yes,
great
they
teamwork.
Eagle swing blade.
Good point and a good sling blade.
Rolling up. Oh no, discus lariat.
Yeah, he's got a lot of upper body strength. Really snaps off those clotheslines. Big kick to the face.
Oh, there's that V-trigger, and he slumped. With a goodbye, good night bang. No, he don't even need it. Let's get that 2-frame off. What? The way he evaded him. Ray Phoenix tried to token through the pain, but Omega just completely avoided him, and he petered out. That was so sudden. That was so awesome, though.
So now it comes down 15-plus minutes. It may come down to just a single small mistake, and you'll lose the match.
Look at this. Pentagon going for that double under package pile driver. But no Omega.
There's your mistake.
Who misfired?
Man, Omega's in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, he was.
I don't think there's any way that Hangman Page intended to do that.
The package pile driver followed.
Oh.
Good God Almighty, that's got to be it.
No one can get out of that.
Dunzo. Wow. I really thought that Hangman and Omega were going to make it happen. But the But the miscommunication.
In a very physical, draining matchup, quite frankly. But as Tony pointed out earlier, they coexisted, did Hangman and Omega. And I wasn't sure that was going to happen.
Well, again, it came down to a critical mistake, and those happen in tag team wrestling when you got two guys who maybe have not teamed together as much as the Lucha Brothers.
Oh, Hangman's got a busted lip.
Have that mental connection that consistent tag teams do, and now Omega and Paige
got a busted lip.
Oh, I just realized this song is going to get me got.
There was already a lack of trust between these two.
One time they had a pretty good relationship. Not that long ago, actually.
Okay, come on. They're part of the elite. It's fine. Things like that's happened.
They've traveled the roads together. They've
Bro, you hit him.
They have. You have to work through things like this. Just walk away for right now, because right now emotions are high right now.
Kenny Omega, I believe,
apparently a little bit higher than I thought.
Yeah. Oh, telling Hangman he talks too much.
Kenny Omega, do you remember who I am, huh? You see, I don't think you do, because I asked you a question, and I'm yet to receive an answer. I think it's time to remind you exactly what I am capable of. Follow me.
The bastard pack.
What the hell's going on here?
I don't know.
No, for real. And
he said he would not be responsible for his actions if he did not receive his rubber match. That's Michael Nakazawa. That's Kenny Omega's best friend.
Oh my God.
What is Pac gonna do to Nakazawa?
And that's what Omega's wondering. Look at Kenny is heading toward the back.
Omega going to.
That wasn't the place to hop over, man.
What the hell is Pac doing?
Omega made it backstage. There's no Nakazawa, no Pac.
Damn, that was quick, bro.
Omega is perplexed as we are.
So what happened here? Is he taking Nakazawa somewhere? Is he?
Oh, look at this.
Oh.
Continuing the attack backstage.
Yo. Why are y'all? Damn. Sore winners much?
And finally, there's Hangman Page, who was just having an altercation with Omega.
Lucy was there to help him out. My God.
Get the hell out of here! Hey, winners!
The Lucha Brothers were victorious, but
question is now, where are Pac and Nakazawa?
Kenny Omega attacked by the Lucha Brothers. Hangman Page.
Great question. I don't have any idea. I don't know. You think
that was his allied.
Something's going on here.
Page coming to the aid of Omega, but Omega
shows up and Nakazawa just starts beating him up.
Oh my God! After he took those kicks and blows. All right, as you can see, we're following the. We're just like you, everyone. We have no idea where this is going to end.
Live shot. We never know. I just hope nothing's seriously wrong with Nakazawa. Nobody knows where he is, Kenny. Somebody's got to know.
Omega and Page scouring the backstage area. Looking for Nakazawa.
Now, Pac is such a dangerous man, and you can understand the concern that Omega has for his friend.
Chuck Taylor.
Well, nobody volunteering information, as I see it.
But they may not know. Well, you know, it's good to see you after what happened.
Let's just get over to skateboarder. I legit thought Pac was going to wall. Wait for Kenny, not Lucha Bros. Yeah, same. The Lucha Bros jumping out of nowhere and beating him up was kind of odd, but then again, foreshadowing.
The Bunny made their presence known a couple couple weeks ago, and then we saw they are a highly capable, highly dangerous tag team. Cody and Darby are going to have their hands full.
Yes, and Darby Allin was out a week ago, reached out the hand to Cody. The American Nightmare said, I'll be your partner, but there's a catch about being his partner, and I think it's going to be quite a team to see Cody and Darby Allin together.
And we're back here, ladies and gentlemen. Man, it's been a hell of a night here already.
What a way to kick off AEW Dynamite here.
No, for real. Literally just had the opening match and then the following segment.
Oh, absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you very much for being with us. Happy holidays to everybody as well. We're glad you're here. We're glad to be here. Chris Jericho, and he's got a unique situation with Jungle Boy Jack Perry. Jericho says that Jack can't beat him, and he says he can't last 10 minutes with him. We're going to find out that, ladies and gentlemen. Jungle Jack Perry, Jungle Boy, whatever the hell you want to call him, the biggest match of his life against the champion.
And not only that, you talk about champions, JR, the #1 contender to the AEW women's title, to Riho, will be crowned here tonight.
Back then I was thinking he was going to climb Mount Everest one day. Right? I wonder if that was always like on his bucket list or if that's a goal he's developed in the last couple of years.
We've seen sensational tag team action already. The #1 contenders, the Young Bucks, will go after the titles and the champions SCU tonight.
And coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, immediately, like right now, tag team action. It's going to be the Butcher, the Blade, and Bunny, the Bunny, against Cody and Darby Allin. This should be most interesting. Look at all the dynamics of this one. Let's get it started.
Same theme.
This is a tag team bout set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Being accompanied to the ring by the Bunny from Buffalo, New York, at a combined weight of 501 pounds, the Butcher and the Blade.
Well, I have to say that is a most unique look for this threesome coming to the ring.
Look at them getting pyro. Butcher and Blade getting pyro. Love to see that.
You got to say this. This trio of individuals made one hell of an auspicious and memorable debut when we first saw them here on AEW Dynamite.
Yeah, and then a week later, we saw them wrestle, and they proved to us they were more than just some frightening people coming up out of the ring, that they could really go in the ring.
A highly effective tag team, the Butcher and the Blade.
And their opponents first, from Seattle, Washington, weighing 173 pounds.
You have champ tattooed in the inside of his lip?
Great note. First AEW tag team match for him is tonight. Let's see how he fares.
He is a strange enigma, if I may reuse that term. Look at him.
Wow, got some followers too.
Yeah, that's great.
It's like the Day of the Dead here.
Families here having a good time tonight.
It's like the Day of the
Just
Dead.
like us.
Listen to this ovation.
Gonna hit the mute for this one. This WWE flags me for this now. Remind me to unmute, y'all. There's you need the audio to sync. They're such big stars. Yeah. They really stand head and shoulders above the rest. And like in their own respective ways, they're going to be generational talent. All three of those names you mentioned are going to be talked about like a decade plus from now. Even if they aren't wrestling anymore by that point. God forbid, you know. Yes, because they have rights reserved to it through Cody, who is their talent now. So yeah, it's funny. It makes me wonder when we get to the CM Punk era. Thank you, Machiko. Oh, immediately tagged in.
Defeated Hangman Page in that first ever Dynamite Diamond matchup.
So it's going to be the Butcher, and apparently Darby Allin is going to start it off here. Darby Allin says, Cody, I'll be your partner. I won't turn my back on you against these guys, but if we win, I want my rematch.
Oh, swinging him around like nothing.
These two men. The Butcher at 273, Darby at 173. 100-pound difference.
And the Butcher standing at 6 feet 3 inches tall. Darby Allin only 5'8", giving up a tremendous size advantage.
So Blade gets a tag, comes in. Bunny, we used to call her Allie. We can't do that anymore.
Once you got her hair cut,
We can't do that anymore.
Well, who knows?
And now Darby backing Blade up to the ropes, shoving him off. Blade, though, showing his agility. He goes over Darby. Darby showing his speed, though.
That's what Darby's got to do.
That's right.
Stay fast, stay quick, and unpredictable.
And now just manipulating Blade, sending him into the corner, coming off that top.
Nice.
Drag takes down Blade, Butcher, and Blade on the outside. Darby Allin.
Make sure our lives are hell. There's so many of. Thanks, Lars from Metallica. For real.
Well, there's nothing like
Like, why'd you gotta be that way, dog? Just let us enjoy music. Like, just let it be.
We will make our debut in the state of Georgia at the State
Let it be a
Farm
thing.
Arena downtown Atlanta.
Am I still shop?
Tickets go on sale for that one this Friday, noon Eastern, AEWTix.com. And not only that, Tony,
we're coming to the Kansas City area at the Silverstein Eye Centers Arena Wednesday, February 26th. Tickets go on sale at noon, 11 o'clock Central. AEWTix.com this Friday.
Big on sale day this Friday for some amazing AEW events. AEW Tix has all your information. AEW.com has all the particulars. Big on sale. Major markets this Friday.
The greatest heel turn of all time.
Atlanta date sounds awful tempting to me.
So, music is art, art is freedom. Not in this house.
Home of the Atlanta Hawks in the major arena.
My friend Steve Holman.
Yes, sir.
Boys the Hawks. Oh, inside out. And that was not Darby Allin that got knocked out of his boots. That was Cody. That's how powerful this huge tattooed man is that they're calling Blade.
look at this.
I'm sorry.
Butcher just manhandling Cody, getting him up on his feet, sending him over
If
to the
they're
corner.
calling
Now
Blade,
Blade.
no.
I should know Blade. He's got Blade written all over his ass.
just read the just read the rear end.
Sorry.
Just read the butt.
Shots to our friends up in Canada.
I should know which one's Blade. He's got it written all over his ass. It's
Give me
great.
some Buzz Sawyer if you like what you see. Tag made. They bring the big guy back in.
Yeah, the Butcher tagged it. Oh, the boot right across the jaw of Cody, stopping him in his tracks.
You know, this Butcher looks like an old school movie villain.
Well, he's a villain, all right.
Well,
the way
I
he
understand
performs,
that,
yeah.
But you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely, I do.
You take his teeth out?
No, I think it was the mouth.
It was his mouth guard.
I could have been his teeth. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
know.
Oh, look at him. Low bridge by the Blade.
Tumbled.
As the bunny had the referee distracted.
But she knows her spot, doesn't she?
Indeed. And Cody may have twisted his right knee going outside the ring. The smartness of Blade is the fact that he got Cody back in the ring where he can beat him. Where he could beat him in a tag match the second week in a row for keeping score at home.
Honestly, yeah. It's something we're going to consider. It's not entirely a rematch, but it's like kind of a rematch. Also, how does this make QT feel? Wait, so I lost and now you're just going to go find a different partner and try again? Why didn't you just try again with me?
So impressive with this team. All right, let's not forget, you never know what's going to happen, so stay with us. Anything could happen during the break, JR.
We'll have the action in picture-in-picture. Don't go anywhere, folks.
There's a gut wrench attempt. Finally gets it, powers him up.
The way on Tuesday at work that chant was just stuck in my head. Oh my god. I was literally just sitting there doing everything and I'm just being like,
cover.
Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes.
You notice where that drop kick connected, don't you guys? It connected on that forehead. Cody still has that.
Got to a point where that rhythm, I was singing that rhythm, but just singing other things.
That's got to be a vulnerable part of
But people aren't getting the joke.
it. Wouldn't take much to open up that cut.
He calls it his third eyebrow.
Oh, well, it's
ugly.
It is ugly.
Oh, that was ugly too. Especially if you're at Blade and getting hammered.
There, he's going right to it again. Blade knows what he's doing.
Gouging the eyes, looking for any.
Referee's got to really begin to look into that deal.
Any shortcut.
And he doesn't look. I'm not knocking the rest. Sounds like I am. It's a hard job, folks, for one referee to manage 4 guys, and then the young lady. Come on, do the math, folks. I can tell you this: no math to be done about what's still to come. Can Jungle Boy Jack Perry last 10 minutes with the AEW World Champion Chris Jericho? That is the question, and that will be answered tonight.
Now that non-title matchup. Thank you for joining us here on Fight TV, on AEW Plus, on ITV in the UK.
Yeah, I've caught.
Too much strength here.
Look at the Butcher.
Amazing.
Oh, just nearly throwing Cody out of the ring.
Big, strong guy. I tell you, he's impressive in a lot of ways.
Second straight week, this duo, Butcher and Blade.
Oh,
the
bunny. Bunny. The bunny driving Cody face first. Bunny.
They said they're here to cut the head off the snake. I guess they think that's Cody?
We're back here on TNT Live in Corpus Christi, Texas. And man, I tell you this, show you what just happened here a few moments ago during the break, folks.
The Butcher and the Blade just running roughshod on Cody, having their way with him.
Raw power.
They're beating Cody like a government mule here at this commercial break. I'm telling you, look at that.
I forgot that there is even. They're showing these replays from what happened during commercial break, and I'm like, what? Oh. Forgetting that
And that's after the Blade
picture-in-picture is not a thing.
That scar on the eyebrow of Cody.
MJF
On Triller, I should specify.
Blade with Bunny.
Boots to the midsection of Cody.
Yeah, it did kind of look like he just decided to go.
But Butcher, the strength, just unable. Cody unable to overcome the strength of the Butcher. Butcher charging in though. Cody steps out.
His weight belt is all twisted and shit. He might want to straighten that out.
Blade, the more fleet-footed of the two members, and now he gets sent to the outside. Cody.
Wow, he immediately sprung back in.
He is foaming at the mouth. Oh, mid-air collision. Two cross bodies. Mid-air collision. Cody is get down, but fortunately for him, his adversary, Blade, is not for the better either.
Here's the tag. Oh, for a second I thought he was going to go for a buckshot lariat.
He fears absolutely no man. Taking the fight directly to the Blade.
Darby Allin's a different breed of cat, folks. Let me tell you.
Oh, Code Red. What?
Code Red.
No, he's not.
He's not the legal man. He was like, wait, what? That backdrop.
What a powerful backbreaker. Then gets rid of Cody from the apron. Does this big monstrous Butcher.
And what a heads-up tag team maneuver by the Butcher, Tony.
Yeah, it's great strategy.
Bro, you got that cloverleaf right? Okay. Never mind, he does.
Great submission here. Can Darby
Cloverleaf variants of some sort.
Cody says, well, we're not going to have to
Bro does not let go.
He didn't knock him loose twice. Look at this. He just
Butcher with that Texas Cloverleaf locked in.
Blade taking Cody down, cheap shot on the outside. Oh, Darby left this monster.
Monster is right, JR. This
Butcher. Oh, Cody reverses it. Blade hits the steps.
Butcher, he deadlifted Darby up, but Darby escapes out. He reined in some right-hand shots to the crown of the head.
What's up?
Darby slithered away.
Yep, Osaka Street Cutter. There it is.
Stunner. Butcher on roller skates. Cody, the legal man.
Smart tag, very timely by Darby Allin. Smart move.
Well, look at that. Crossroads.
That's it. Come on, make a count.
Referee's distracted.
Yep, that would have been that. Sheesh.
Bunny, you're being a pain in the backside.
doing a great job, though, keeping her team alive in this matchup.
I agree with that. That Crossroads had it all at the match won.
Oh, look at this. Blade sent to the outside.
Blade sent outside. Darby, Cody. Tandem offense. What do we got here?
Oh, yes!
Damn, Cody just barely grazed him. That sucked.
They're right on the same page.
Hope he's all right.
They got together and they delivered.
Stereo topes. Get the fans going again. Oh, yeah.
Oh! You saw, actually, Darby went for that tope between the second and third rope.
10 minutes going by, 10 remain. All right.
Still ended up catching a blade on the knees to drive him down.
So unpredictable.
Darby Allin, 22 years old. Man, what a future.
I remember back in the day watching these shows live. Me and my friend at the time watching would always be like, one of these days he's going to start a fight in the crowd over that weight belt, and I really hope that's never the case. As far as I'm aware, it never was, thankfully, but it always felt like people were just like so scrambly to get that belt.
A blade, 1, 2, no! Cody breaks free.
A coffin drop from the top on the apron. And
Oh, that big old Cody cutter.
That's got it. 1, 2, 3.
Dunzo.
I am astonished. We saw a coffin drop. Perfect. I mean, dead-eye. Dead-eye.
Oh, yeah, those specific ones he threw out. Hey, this was Cody Rhodes' weight belt thrown out to the crowd at AEW Show 2019. Oh, shit, what? $7,000.
And he neutralized the Butcher for long enough on the outside for Cody to come away with the victory.
Darby Allin took the ultimate chance to win this match and help his team win this match. And now the deal was, at some place, at some time, the last time these two men met, it was a draw, a time limit draw, and Darby wants a second chance. Look at this.
There you have it.
It was great teamwork.
Wanted to run it back.
Amazing. Enabling the Cody cutter to the
Handle of the belt, hell yeah. Appreciate the respect, because someone like right next to him could just try and snatch it out of the hands. And if they did, what are you gonna do? I mean, probably altercation, yeah, but.
Again. Man, what a unique young man. Indeed, Darby Allin is a strange enigma. Well, folks, Jungle Boy Jack Perry's got the biggest opportunity of his life tonight when he meets the AEW champion. And here's how Jungle Jack's been training.
Bro, what's the mask about? What? Box jumps? Box jumps with 95 on your back. All right. Okay. Oh, I see what they did there. Still. That's impressive.
I think you're a piece of shit. You couldn't last 10 minutes with me. Jack Perry, the Hollywood Golden Child. Everyone's pulling for Jungle Boy.
He's got a cover here. Oh my God, the champion.
Good shit. Hey, how's your day going? Also, I just came back from Wrewind. This is of bit TMI, but welcome in nonetheless. Cheers. How you doing? Yes. Saw something from there. Yes, no. Yeah, that aside, I'm sorry. It threw me through a loop, but no, I echo your sentiments. I hope that all goes well for you, medically speaking. Make my money. Merch freak! Oh, I love that. Alright, but I shall be right back. I'm going to take advantage of this to grab me some more water. I'm big. Miranda Elise? Who? I'm trying to remember this name. Hashtag Superstar.
From Corpus Christi, Texas, here comes Miranda Alizé.
Oh, Alizé. That name sounds a little more familiar. I did the Who thing. I feel so mean now. Oh, she was getting commercial entrance. Fair.
Are you looking for a one-stop shop this holiday season? Shop AEW.com is the exclusive home and superstore for everything All Elite Wrestling. Wear what the stars of AEW wear on TV. Don't wait. Shop now. Shop AEW.com. T-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, collectibles, and more. There are over 100 items and always new arrivals. Shop AEW.com. Check it out today.
Yep.
There are 8 million ways to die. She's one.
Wow. An intimidating sight.
It is. Awesome Kong. Arguably the most dominating female athlete.
And then there's Mel.
His bout is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Being accompanied to the ring by Brandy Rhodes from Tokyo, Japan.
Melanie Cruz. Okay.
Awesome Kong.
And Awesome Kong is motivated, led by Brandy Rhodes. And as a matter of fact, earlier today, Brandy had a few things to say. You'll like this, I think.
Tonight may be a holiday celebration of sorts, as we all know Awesome Kong will definitely win this matchup. But later tonight, perhaps Chris Statlander wins and becomes the #1 threat to the AEW Women's Division. I have a pretty good feeling that tonight is the night the alien comes home to her Nightmare Collective.
Coming home.
All right, Excalibur. What the hell is that about? Yeah, take that one.
I love how they're like, all right, Excalibur, explain
to
that.
understand the mental state of Brandy Rhodes and this Nightmare Collective that she's formed around her with like-minded individuals as best as I can guess. We saw, escorted to the ring by...
So you don't know either, do you?
No, I'm just feeling for time.
Thank you very much.
Well, one thing we do know,
we don't know either. We have no clue.
This is Awesome Kong's very first match here on AEW Dynamite.
Yo.
Well, she doesn't work by the hour either, as Cowboy Bill used to say.
Miranda Alizé, her very game opponent from here in Southern Texas, walked right into that spinning back fist, and now
just too much power.
Oh, Kong just plants her face first.
Well, this is academic.
Yep, 100%. Couldn't have said it better. It is academic. It's done with.
Miranda in the over, you lose.
The winner of this match, Awesome Kong.
Look at these trophies.
The trophies,
and look at who's holding them up.
Oh, that's Melanie Cruz, the woman who volunteered to have her head completely shaved by the Nightmare Collective.
To join this notorious operation. Now look at this.
Another.
You stop her theme
Another
alone.
There's got to be some significance in the hair cutting, the trophy thing, the symbolism. What all does it really symbolize?
No, really though.
Well, as they celebrate a win, JR, you had a chance earlier to sit down with Jungle Boy Jack Perry. Listen to this.
obviously the biggest opportunity of your professional life. I'd like to know if you're intimidated by Chris Jericho.
It's interesting. I think of Chris Jericho in two ways, kind of. I think of Chris Jericho, the man, and then I think of Chris Jericho, the legend. Chris Jericho, the man, does not scare me. But I do have a lot of respect for Chris Jericho, the legend, and what he's done, what he has accomplished. And I think the best way to say it is that I'm very aware of kind of the pressure and the gravity of this moment. But pressure makes greatness, and I'm ready to tackle it and him head on.
If your dad were here to see you step in the ring with the world champion, what do you think that he would be thinking?
I know my dad would be very proud of this.
I'm so busy focused on his sideburns.
About when this would all be, when it would happen, when it would take place, and I think for me to be here,
Bro, Stephen Hyde with the
talking to you,
sideburns.
wrestling Chris Jericho, I think it would be kind of everything he wanted, and I know he'd be very happy about it.
Oh, okay. I just need to mute that really quick. There we go. Did not mean to do that. Yep, Jericho just said, "Hey, I'm here now." Make that go away. Let me try to make it go up. Does that mean this song is going to play for like the whole 4 minutes? They're trying to get a thank you, Jericho chant going. By the way, y'all, I haven't called for it enough. Please do drop a thumbs up if you're looking to help support the channel. Make sure you're subscribed, got that bell on for notifications, and do check the pinned chat and or the description below for our secondary watch-along channel, WM+. It's where we do GCW and New Japan Pro Wrestling streams. Even if you're not a fan of either of those promotions, it would mean a lot to us if you were to head over there and subscribe to that channel as well really quick, help get it a little more traction, get it off the ground, as we are on the eve of a New Japan pay-per-view coming up at just about 7 hours.
Nickname just keeps getting longer.
Spanish 6.
What you got, buddy? All right, make sure the camera can see it. You got it? All right. So we're in commercial break right now. And people say that they can't hear us during picture-in-picture. Does the network think we're stupid? We're the inner circle, and we'll always find a way around things. Because we are geniuses. And nobody from Corpus Christi's ever been a genius, I'll tell you that. Now, you may not be able to hear, but you can read. Well, once again, this is Corpus Christi, Texas. So, some of you can read.
I was going to say, like, Sammy, you're from Texas.
You are some stupid
stupid sons of bitches, are ya?
And his opponent from
There's the squad.
weighing 157 pounds, Jungle Boy.
Jungle Boy Jack Perry's got the match of a lifetime awaiting him with his friends Luchasaurus and Marco Stunt.
Oh yeah, that's right. Fighter Fest when he had the 4-way with Jimmy Havoc, Adam Page, and MJF.
Jungle Boy's mother, his sister, his grandmother.
That's his mom, Minnie, his sister Sophie, and his grandma Liz. All here with
Is Liz here?
There's Liz over on the right, his grandmother.
And Jungle Boy facing
Is
the
Liz here?
best of his career. He's been in many 10-plus minute matches, but he's never been in the ring with Le Champion Chris Jericho before.
That changes everything. I don't care if he's been in 1,000 10-minute matches. It's irrelevant unless any of them have been with Chris Jericho on a national stage with a global audience. And that's what we have here. Now, this kid's got a chance. The pressure's on.
Can he last 10 minutes with Le Champion?
That's the bottom line.
And you have to remember the title not on the line here. Jungle Boy is chasing a victory.
Yeah, you're stalling out this clock. You probably shouldn't do that, huh?
Time limit drive worse. Oh, look at this. Rolls him up. One. Oh, Jericho immediately kicking out.
There you go. Use what you know.
Yeah. Jungle Boy is going to quicken the pace. Great drop kick.
Very aggressive
Yeah,
start.
Take Le Champion off of
Checking his invisible watch.
I like it.
Overhand chop, and there you see on the big screen the clock counting down.
With agility.
All of the springboards.
Into the arm drag, taking down
the young man.
Jericho.
The young man is a wrestling Rembrandt on this canvas here tonight.
Oh, Jericho looking for the walls right now.
Let's stop this momentum. Jericho cannot let Jungle Boy.
Oh, look at this
gain momentum.
Nice up into the Rana. Oh, okay. Very clever. Shoulders really weren't down there, but F it, we ball.
It's another thing to pin Jericho again, and this time without Marco Stunt cutting the pinfall.
Chris Jericho.
I love that he's still rocking the Le Champion weight belt, even though his program with Cody's effectively over.
Would send his stock skyrocketing in the rankings and perhaps even lead to a title shot.
Oh, it would jump him right up to the top 5, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. If not, that's got to be evaluated. It's like the NCAA.
Jungle Boy still looking for his first victory here in AEW, whether in singles or tag team competition. Tall test.
Jericho now has found a pace that he likes. He's settled down.
Starting to fight back, peppering him with some strikes.
But Jack, he's fighting back.
Yeesh.
That's the whole key to this match, gentlemen. Jungle Boy's got to fight back every time he feels that he's slipping or he's going to the other side.
And he started the fight at the beginning. He's the one that was aggressive at the very beginning of it.
Man, that might do it right there.
I think you're right. And see, he's not even trying to pin him here.
Well, here's what I think about that, Tony. I think Jericho knows he's got this one in the bag.
Yeah, we saw Jericho glance up at that clock. He saw about 7 minutes and 40 seconds out of the corner of his eye. And now he's like a cat playing with his food.
So now if Jungle Boy cannot get back offensively, get on his feet, quicken the pace, give me something offensively, then it's just a matter of time. It's a scrimmage for Jericho.
I'd like to remind everybody that AEW Dynamite will return live.
Yo!
Live back in 2 weeks.
You got all of that code breaker and then some.
No!
My gosh, that's, by the way, folks, January 1st, what Excalibur's trying to tell you here, Jacksonville, the big homecoming. Tickets are on sale at
Dynamite homecoming.
We're working New Year's night, folks. That means, Tony, we'll all be in Jacksonville on New Year's Eve.
2020 at Daly's Place. We're going to open up a brand new year.
What a way to kick off the new year live in Jacksonville, Florida, live on TNT.
Hager.
Oh, the big hurt.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, look at this. Luchasaurus.
Look at this fight. Look at the fight here.
Big guys are
Oh my God! They started scrapping real fucking fast. Oh! He's dead. No! Revive him! Resuscitate him! Gas Revivify, we're still within the minute. Oh my god.
And Aubrey Edwards is kicking Hager out from the ringside area. And Jericho complaining that the Jurassic Express hasn't been kicked out. Oh, no, Aubrey.
Yeah, it's a good call.
It is a good call.
You got to have a little balance here. They both are fighting each other.
If Hager's
one goes, the other's got to go.
If Hager's got to go, you're right.
And Marco, he can't go anywhere. But
Meanwhile, that timer's a ticking.
The corpse of Marco Stunt being brought backstage.
The corpse of Marco Stunt. I love it.
Take another look at how
I think Marco got knocked cold.
Look like this.
He shuffled off this mortal coil. Oh, look at Jungle Boy.
Inside cradle. Got a near fall. That's what you got to do, Jungle Boy. Then
Damn.
Quickly. Now
Shot him right back down. A little kick to the back. That was mean.
Talking about him a few moments ago.
Yes, you can see it on his face. You can see the blows and the kicks.
That toe kick to the kidneys of Jungle Boy. It's a very dangerous maneuver.
Do I think that Jungle Boy is going to beat Chris Jericho or not by pin or submission? I kind of doubt it. That's my gut feeling. But can he go 10 minutes? I damn sure believe he can.
Let's hope.
Jericho caught that foot to the chest, but Jungle Boy sent up and over the top. Jericho.
But he landed over the top. He went, but he landed on his feet.
Beautiful evasion there.
Jericho's over anxious now.
And Jungle Boy.
Oh, nice with the heat seeker.
With that tope, knocking Jericho to the.
Is one enough? I don't think so.
He hits the second.
Yo, is he going over the top rope? Yeah, he fucking is. Love that shit. I miss seeing Jack Perry do that. Yo, that was a proud family member right there.
What a display of athleticism from this 22-year-old.
And here we are with under 5 minutes to go.
Big old DDT.
By Jungle Boy.
Upset. Here it is. It could be here.
Oh.
Jericho rolled off the canvas. No kick out. He rolled off.
He didn't have the shoulders covered, and it's easy for us to sit back up here and say that, but he was really covered across the midsection there and not really across the shoulders, JR.
Man, what an exciting atmosphere, Tony. You're right about that.
Jericho.
That's not what he said. What was that 2KS commentary? Didn't have the proper color. Didn't have the proper leverage for the cover. Isn't that right, JR? Yeah, it's a palatable atmosphere. You got that right. No, we're talking about. Okay. At least it was positive.
Oh, Jericho.
Back elbow. And the kid walked right into it.
He did, though.
Oh, Lionsault, nobody home.
No doubt that Jungle Boy is in deep water.
He's about to go for one for himself. Yo, cleared some more. Could you call it the Jungle Salt? We're proof we're living in a 2K game. No, actually, though, man. Yeah.
And I don't think anybody has ever hit the Lionsault on Jericho except for Jungle Boy.
Jungle Boy's feeling it. The young man's feeling it.
When it feels like life just has auto reversal on.
And that's the difference in experience right there. Look where we are in the time limit.
But now it needs to be Jericho with the sense of urgency. He covers 1, 2. Jungle Boy kicks out.
Inside 3 minutes remaining.
You're right, Excalibur. You saw the sense of urgency with Jericho that time.
And now 2 minutes, 40 seconds remaining. Jericho. I mean, nobody's been able to kick out of the Judas effect. You know, he's got that in his back pocket.
Well, Jericho's regained his momentum. He's back in control. He's taking deep breaths. He's in good shape. And now he may have a little bit of fun. But you know good and well, the Judas effect likely is what he's going to be looking for sooner than later.
Jericho with Jungle Boy underneath the bottom. Oh, the catapult into the
rough.
Across the windpipe of Jungle Boy.
Jericho, multi-talented, including cheating. The referee, Aubrey Edwards, does a great job. She's right on top of it.
What's he trying to do here? Show him up or just punish him more?
Punish. I think it's punish. I think Jericho knows now that he's weathered a storm from Jungle Boy. He's seen the best that Jungle Boy has to offer.
Yeah, but he said he couldn't last 10 minutes with him, and look where we are. Jungle Boy just fighting back. Dazed, but fighting back.
Nice forearm shiver. Good shots there. That's smart.
Jungle Boy.
Better than the fist for Jungle Boy.
Lighten up the champion. Irish whip it to the ropes. Oh, he put out the
Yeah.
brakes.
Set too early.
Damn. Emphatic power bomb. Going right into the walls.
Now you know the plan.
And he just
Damn, center of the ring sat all the way down.
Positioning wise. Right in the center.
All that stress on the lower back of Jungle Boy. Jericho's face reddening. There's mom, grandma, and sister on the edge of their seat.
Jericho's screaming. Asking. We're in a minute. We're less.
He's not about to sit in there for a whole ass minute, is he?
Crawl to the bottom rope. Can Jungle Boy Jack Perry last 60 more heartbeats, 60 more seconds? He's trying with everything he's got. He's crawling and digging and pulling himself to that bottom rope.
Look how close he is.
Oh, Jericho.
Oh, boy, that's it.
Jericho changes his posture and drags Jungle Boy to the center.
Really got a
Bit of a lion tamer.
Chris Jericho punishing and punishing.
That mane is untamable.
Can this kid hold on?
30 seconds. Oh, this will be the longest 20 seconds of Jungle Boy's life if he can make it.
This kid could lose consciousness at any second.
Look at his family. He's got to take deep breaths here.
Oh my gosh. What a fucking angle.
Jericho Richard Tucker. Oh my God. Look at the body where it is. It's in the most position. And he did it. Yes.
He did it.
Jungle Boy Jack Perry with the 10 minutes with the champion.
It's like, what do you mean that wasn't for me winning?
He didn't tap.
Jack Perry did not tap. Jungle Boy did not tap.
Jungle Boy was able to hold on for 10 minutes.
What?
Give me 5 more minutes. Ring a bell. Ring a bell.
These are not a sanctioned 5 minutes, though, right?
Demanding for 5 more minutes. And look at Jungle Boy Jack Perry, the condition he was left in. But he, by gosh, did not quit. This kid did
I guess it is.
And he was locked in the walls for nearly 90 seconds, just punished, tormented by Le Champion.
And right now he has absolute no defense here. Well, I said it, and he's still trying to fight back.
But those shots, those open hand palm strikes to the eardrum of Jungle Boy.
Jungle Boy thrown to the
Oh, gonna skin the cat.
He's on.
He holds on.
Can he skin the cat?
Amazing.
Jungle Boy skins the cat.
And he pops up into the Hurricane Rana.
One. He's in the match. Oh.
Round him on the head.
Jericho kicks out at 2.
Right, Jack? We're about to make Jericho regret that.
2. Oh.
Imagine.
By God, seconds away from Jericho getting pinned. Jungle Boy's got Jericho's number here tonight. I can tell you that.
He's taking his belt. And he's
Jericho's decided, no, these 5 minutes don't count.
Not even looking back at the ring. The champion is leaving with his title. He's still El Champion, but Jungle Jack did it. Jungle Boy did it tonight.
What an achievement for Jungle Boy to last 10 minutes with Chris
No matter how Jericho wants to look at what he's doing, that is some level of
He had the
conceit.
belief of his family, of his sister, his mother. And listen to this crowd, JR.
Of course I'm going to listen to him. I can hear him. I got ears. Wow.
He had the support of his sister, his mother, his grandmother, of the Jurassic Express.
What an experience for them tonight, huh? Come all the way from Southern California to
Southern Texas, yeah.
Southern Texas.
We're just holding the camera on them for a really long time.
Now here comes Jericho back. What's going on?
Another tantrum.
Yeah, I was trying to start to say another.
Said, no, I gotta. I have to flip the fuck out.
Of being humiliated and embarrassed in Jericho's world by Jungle Boy. The Jurassic Express, not a fun thing. Or Jericho exchanging words.
Boy's system has to
Sheesh.
be restrained.
Jericho just is irate. He needs a holiday break. Scrooge.
He didn't believe that Jungle Boy could last
10 minutes. But here's the deal. It's happened. The reality is setting in, and Jericho now knows, the world will know, that Jungle Boy Jack Perry lasted the 10 minutes and for 2 weeks in a row has humiliated the AEW World Champion.
Jungle Boy still winless here in AEW, but JR, what a moral victory it was for him here tonight.
Absolutely. Absolutely. A moment. One of those moments you'd love to be a
It's a very valid point, actually. Wow, his record is 0-1-1.
Jack Perry and Tony Schiavone will be talking to the AEW World Champion here in just a few minutes, a few seconds, I should say. This should be an interesting conversation, folks.
You very much are.
On this one. All right, well. All right, folks, we're back here on TNT. Tony, it's all yours, pal.
Oh, wow, that was a commercial break tantrum. That makes sense.
The world champion, late champion, you seem pretty, well, you seem pretty upset.
Why would I be upset, huh? Why would I be upset? I told you Jungle Boy could not beat Le Champion. I told you. I told all.
No. You said he couldn't last 10 minutes with you, and he did.
What?
You said he couldn't last 10 minutes with you, and he did last 10 minutes.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Shut up, Skivo! You look at him beat your ass right here. And every single person out here as well.
Just gonna run around and dole out multiple thousands of ass whoopings? Sure.
But that's not the point. He'll get his later, I promise. This is more about the real story. About our good friend Jon Moxley. And the question we asked him last week, would he join the inner circle? And I already kind of feel like I know what the answer is, but just in case, the inner circle spent all week in the inner sanctum, a very palatial, expensive mansion. You know what mansion means, huh, do ya? Of course you don't. Mansion means big house.
I can't with this guy.
Grande.
Casa Grande is actually kind of funny, though.
And John, let me just say, we got a lot of great surprises for you when you make your decision. And we're not rushing you, but let me just put it this way. I know you've talked it over with your lovely wife. I know you've talked it over with your amazing mother who I met. And let me say this. Next week, there will be no episode of Dynamite because it's Christmas. The week after that, it's January 1st. And we, the Inner Circle, have a giant surprise for you, Mox. All you got to do is say yes. So take the time, make your decision, choose wisely, and in the meantime and in between time, Merry Christmas, Mox, from all of us here in the Inner Circle. We'll see you on New Year's Day.
Well, that was heartfelt.
Jericho giving Jon Moxley a lot to think about here. A very tempting offer. Let's throw it back to our colleague, Jen Decker, who's backstage with SCU. Will be defending their titles in the main event here tonight.
SCU, huge night tonight, the final week of AEW Dynamite in 2019. And
What are you doing, Daniels?
Championships against the Young Bucks.
They say that the Young Bucks are the tag team of the decade, but in AEW, the tag team of the moment is SCU. And tonight, I don't think you have anymore. Oh, you don't think he has it anymore? CD, why don't you show this young brother that you do in fact still have it?
Oh? They didn't. Also, why are y'all... They should be watching their backs after jumping Kenny Omega like they did earlier.
February 29th. All Elite Wrestling is going to
Oh my gosh, I keep doing that.
to the next level. Are you ready, Chicago? AEW presents Revolution, live from the Wintrust Arena. Tickets are on sale this Friday. Go to AEWTix.com or Ticketmaster.com.
Okay.
Well, we are live still, and Tony, we've got Revolution coming up February 29th. Chicago, Illinois, downtown Chicago, the Wintrust Arena, the first ever pro wrestling event in the Wintrust Arena.
It's going to be a
What a
big
mohawk.
weekend, and we're going to be a part of it.
My goodness.
Will be there, and it's going to be fantastic to be the first promotion to be downtown Chicago.
Young
There's the
Bucks,
Bucks.
big opportunity tonight. And they are so, I tell you what, guys, I don't know why this match could have been put off till January 1st when we come back live. They were in a hell of a street fight last week. You can see they're beaten up, they're battered, they're bruised.
I still remember my first Rewind stream. I came in thinking they saved Jericho's character. That was an iconic moment when you were just like, you're like, oh my gosh, this is so refreshing. They really figured this out. It was like, oh wait, no, I see now.
They're healthy.
How about that walk-off we just saw from CD, Christopher Daniels?
And nowhere to be found here. Usually in the same direction. Now, there he is.
There you go. That's good.
He was insulted, but, well, everybody's got an opinion, I guess.
Yeah, Lucha Brothers saying that Christopher Daniels doesn't have it anymore, but Daniels, along with his compatriots in SCU,
That was a gesture. Not quite sure about that one.
This contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, from the Andromeda Galaxy, Chris.
This theme is really a bump.
Chris Statlander has been absolutely red hot in the singles division in AEW, racking up 2 consecutive victories, JR.
Yeah, she's on the
Yes, EO. It's almost jarring seeing her do this whole shtick now. Hearing the promo on Dark earlier, particularly, it was like, oh my gosh, I forgot what this was.
And right now, Statlander's ranked number 2.
And there
Rio!
is Women's World Champion Riho watching on here intently. as
Not
well.
Rio. Riho!
And we're back on TNT, everybody. Thanks for being with us. We're here live in Corpus Christi. This is a number 1 contenders match. Chris Statlander is right now ranked number 2 in our top 5. She wants to be number 1 because the winner of this match tonight will face Rio.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Jacksonville.
Number 2 ranked contender. She moved up 3 spots in 1 week with that win over Hikaru Shida.
Yeah, big and powerful is Statlander. The doctor will see you now. Hello.
Making her way to the ring from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
She's a dentist.
D.M.D.
Dr. Britt Baker's been wrestling with an abundance of confidence. And, you know, Excalibur, why not? That lockjaw has become one of the more defining moves of the women's division.
A very, very dominant maneuver in the women's division. Actually,
Yeah, I believe her
she captures the arms. She
most recent loss was to Rio, actually. The last time she in the last defense of that title, she unsuccessfully challenged.
Look how poised Statlander is over there in the other corner, though, JR.
Yeah, she's different.
Yeah, she is different.
Very unique. I don't mean in a negative way or some stupid way. She just. I talked to her today. She's very unique.
Well, when you're from the Andromeda Galaxy, I guess you are unique, right?
Well, there you go.
Chris Statlander racking up 2 consecutive singles victories here, undefeated in singles
Oh,
competition.
there you go.
Including a
It's
victory
almost like saying,
over
"Oh,
the
yeah,
number
that's
one
right. That
contender,
is a
number
thing
one
we're
contender,
having."
Hikaru
So,
Shida.
okay.
Number one to the one fall 20-minute time limit matchup. Very important for both these young women who want to meet Rio on January 1st. What a way to start off the year by winning a title. Now, this is unique. This is different.
She is looking to disorient Britt Baker. And she's going for
Nope,
the
trying to turn.
Britt Baker immediately looking for the
Now, mind you, I believe this is, in fact, their third singles match. They had one on Dark, and then they had one on Dynamite already.
She's strong, and she'll have that strength.
And this is a number one contenders match,
Matchup, obviously.
which makes sense now that Shida is not. Oh, there's the boop. Shida is not ranked 1, but last week when the match was announced, she was, and it was kind of jarring that the number one contenders match did not include the ranked 1 individual.
And now, run that one by me again.
Waistlock exchanged by both women. Statlander back up to her feet. Britt Baker ducks under the lariat attempt. She went for the lockjaw. Statlander caught it, countered. Leapfrogs up and over the top. Statlander rolls through, but Baker into the lockjaw.
That's it. Oh boy, too much power. She rolled out of it.
Statlander rolls through, rolls her up. 1, 2.
Well, near fall situation. We're kind of back where we started.
You know, we talked about earlier how Statlander was so red hot and moved up 3 positions. Let's not forget, since losing on October 16th here on Dynamite to Rio.
Oh, look at this crucifix. 1, 2.
The doctor's 4-1.
Also, something to take note of, y'all, because this is the last AEW show of 2019. It's the first time we're going to see the records reset. So, for example, Jungle Boy, while winless in singles matches in 2019, that's going to be a fresh start over in 2020.
She went for that axe kick, but Baker had it.
I'm so glad that's something they still do. I remember at this time, fans were like, these records aren't going to last a year. They're going to get rid of them because they're going to realize that it's too hard to write stories around it without being predictable. And I'm just like, nah, fam.
We'll find out, hopefully, when we come back.
It's been a great little touch. It's come to matter, you know, a little less and less over the years, but it's ultimately still an AEW thing. Win streaks matter much. Showing you somebody's record, you know, it really does help set the precedent for the match that is about to unfold.
Britt Baker covers. You get 2 count there from referee Bryce Remsburg.
There's too much leg strength there.
Yeah. Britt was trying her own for size, I think, Tony.
Yeah.
To see where she was and the progression of going down, but there's too much Chris Statlander right now.
Yeah, she's just too strong in the lower part of her body.
Yeah.
Statlander whipped to the corner. You can see just the shockwaves reverberating up her spine, and then Britt Baker a stomp to the instep of Statlander's knee.
We know that Brandy Rhodes has a vested interest in this match, Tony. We heard her mention that earlier tonight.
She has mentioned Statlander the last couple of weeks.
Oh, man.
A bit of a rest hold here.
Yeah, too. It would certainly solidify that.
We're kind of working Neo.
That Nightmare Collective.
Yeah.
Awesome Kong with a tremendous display of dominance here tonight. And then Chris Statlander, one of the hottest prospects.
Agreed. Yeah, the thing is, like, they're still pro wrestling through and through. They still got their sports entertainment elements as well. But it leans more sports, like in its, like you said, in its presentation, in its aesthetic.
Statlander went for that leg drop, that handstand leg drop, but Baker had her homework done.
See, I think with a little bit of coaching, that Statlander can be marvelous. There's things she does at her size and that she doesn't need to try. She has got great skill. And someday she's going to realize they're all young. They're young. She's going to realize where she is.
I think Brandy Rhodes kind of agrees with you, but maybe for different means. I'm not so sure.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the Nightmare Collective to come out and join the crowd again.
Collective has to offer competitors.
Statlander, she's 24 years old. So I'm saying she's still evolving. She hasn't found her game yet.
Statlander keeping the pressure.
Laying those strikes in.
Ripley first. Baker. Oh.
Thanks for staying with us, everybody, here live on TNT. The #1 contenders matchup. Britt Baker is the running knee, nailing Chris Statlander. This is a battle of #1 versus #2 in the ladies' rankings.
Baker looking for lockjaw. She has Statlander positioned in the center. But Statlander showing that strength disparity. Just able to get up to her feet.
Nice, going all the way to the outside. Fully, yes. To fully break the grip.
She's about 50 pounds heavier than Britt Baker. I think that will make a difference, or could make a difference. Britt's got to use that quickness, and she's grounded right now. Big, powerful running knee right to the side of the head.
Let's not forget we're going to start the new year off right Wednesday, January 1st, 2 weeks from today.
I feel we could even see that impact in the business. And yeah, I agree with that. You know, and that was probably one of my favorite things about the Rumble, if not my favorite thing about the Rumble.
Haven, Mississippi. And that'll be January 8th.
Two count only right outside of Memphis.
They'll treat us like kings.
Yes, they will.
Do apologize about all the yawning, yo.
Love the South.
During these New Japan tours, I tend to get less.
There you go, folks. Statlander went for that roundhouse. 1, 2. Baker able to avoid it. And now Statlander immediately. Oh, it's inside cradle. 1.
Deeply done.
Oh,
Nice. Very smart by Bryce. He saw that shoulder up and he called it.
Fireman carry position.
Baker fighting out of it with those back elbows. Oh, the sling blade punch. Statlander in the back of her head.
Just changing what a wrestler could be. Yes, exactly.
So close.
And there are certain people who wouldn't want to admit that because that would mean that AEW gave WWE an idea. But, like, think back to early pandemic era. WWE was just doing their classic hard cam, but AEW was doing the hard cam down the ramp to the stage with the stage in the background. Got caught up with our stuff. Don't you worry, Rhea. All good. JoinDarkOrder.com.
I mean, you can go to shopaew.com as well.
Or you can go to...
But you're all good. Welcome back, Rhea.
What the hell's that?
And that mustard, which is awesome.
I know that guy. Mustard's good.
Statlander up on top, but Baker follows her up there.
I'm gifting you guys sauces here. This will be under your tree.
Thank you.
I got a connection to Santa.
Statlander with some right hands to the rib cage of Britt Baker, but
wow, Baker! Oh, you couldn't. That's exactly what you don't want to happen. Look at Doc.
Well, she's not done. Well, maybe I was saying she's not done
yet.
yet.
Statlander counters and plants Britt Baker in the back of her head.
That's nothing but unmitigated raw power. This is one of the strongest female athletes I've ever seen.
Now that's
is that politically incorrect?
Right. She wears them well, though.
She's special.
Well, you're always going to offend someone. You just got to call it like you see it.
That's right, I am trying to. You're right, Tony.
Bryce Remsburg administering the 10 count. Both women fighting their way up to their feet.
When you exchange, when you're behind about 40 pounds here, you exchange. It's not the way to go. Not the way to win.
No, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Toe-to-toe, I think Statlander's got the advantage.
And I love Britt Baker's courage and her heart and her moxie, her passion.
Statlander went for the haymaker, but Baker has the leg captured. That fisherman's
The gear and everything kind of is a trip for me when it comes to Britt. Like, why are her trunks so low trim? And literally, the only thing I didn't like was the cornrows and the comb over. No one has ever pulled it off. I disagree. I think that is a good look. I don't know if she wears it very well, but I do think that is a look that some people can't wear well.
Boy, look at Statlander fight.
Statlander's got her hips underneath her.
I think Jordan Grace wore it very well, for example.
Look at this, folks. Look at this. Strength, the power.
Yo. Intense all the way up into the... Oh my gosh, she about to dunk her? She about to dunk her? No fucking way. She got her. Oh my gosh. Wow. Doesn't count. That woman does no wrong. I mean, that's fair. That's very fair.
Powering her way to a pile driver victory.
And Riho with a lot left to think about over the next couple of weeks.
Can you imagine the mismatch physically when Statlander challenges Riho for the women's title January 1st in Jacksonville?
Oh, I remember.
Statlander, that Big Bang Theory.
I remembered something.
Legs underhook and look,
Dr. Becker was helpless. Nothing she could do. Just got out muscled there. Great heart, great passion by Baker, but she was not enough. That was not enough tonight to beat that woman.
Chris Statlander undefeated in
You're going to reach my way in a curtain with a test. It's crazy. Never showing my true strength again.
Excalibur, you're right, undefeated. And not only that, congratulations, Chris Statlander is now the #1 contender for the AEW Women's World Title. Congratulations.
Tony!
Where am I?
Tony!
Where am I? Why did he just say, where am I?
I'm sorry about this.
No, you're not.
Tony,
Yes.
you'd think somebody would know to turn on the goddamn microphone, but I guess you sent this back here for me with it off. So you're done. You can get out of the way. I'll take it from here.
Wow.
Thanks, sugar. Chris, I wanted to be the first to say congratulations. #1 contender, that's not an easy feat. But I knew you could do it. Take it easy. I come in peace. You understand that, right? I just have an open-ended question that I need to know the answer to. And it's simple. Are you with the Nightmare Collective or not?
Go whole ass Roman in the reverse. No, she was doing the promo on Dark was her alien character promo.
Statlander has rejected Brandy Rhodes' offer.
Well, that won't fare well. And you see what I'm saying?
Awesome Kong, Melanie Cruz. Oh,
what a cheap shot.
Brandy with the high heel, gouging Statlander.
Is that a Louis Vuitton? Man.
That's the spike of the heel being driven into Statlander's eye.
Well, okay then.
Oh, man. Dr. Sampson needs to get out of here real quick.
Yeah, that's Sadie Gibbs, one of Statlander's fellow competitors in the AEW Women's Division. The Nightmare Collective. But coming up next, JR, the main event of the evening, AEW World Tag Team Championship title match. The Young Bucks challenge Frankie, Kazarian, Scorpio Sky, SoCal Uncensored.
We got up with Spheres and Blink.
My best one pass. I forgot about Sadie Gibbs. Yeah, Sadie Gibbs was. What are they talking about here?
Pivots on a moment.
Okay, there's the audio.
One lucky superstar in AEW.
I remember Sadie Gibbs.
Is now because here in AEW, tag team championships actually
Sadie Gibbs,
matter. Tag team wrestling matters.
It really does. You saw that.
Match after match. Tonight's show is headlined by an AEW Tag Team Championship match.
Big checks.
Big money. Money. But we're missing that guy, Tully. I need you to find me that guy.
We're going to find the guy.
Right.
Okay, he's got to be the right guy, though.
Agreed.
He's got to be able to be molded. He's got to be able to change his mind. He's got to be palatable.
Listen, palatable.
Because that is what a partnership and a tag team is all about. Arn Anderson and I, we'd look at each other and know what to do.
Right.
Wouldn't have to say a word. And that's the kind of mental connection we've got to get. And we're going to find.
Let's keep scouting, baby. Let's keep scouting.
Bro's still looking for. Well, I should say still. He's starting to look for a tag partner, but I mean, he's gonna be looking. Alrighty, y'all. I shall be right back. Uno momento. And I return. Yes, what else we got left on the card? We got ourselves. I think just up next is the main event World Tag Team title match. Well, alrighty then.
Our goal, our main objective is to give you fans the best tag team division in the world.
I like to think that everything that we said has come true. I mean, 11 weeks worth of television, and almost every main event has been a tag team match. We stood on that stage, and do you remember saying that we were going to show the world that we're the best tag team in the entire wrestling business? And I gotta, that part stings. That part hurts me because it feels like we've been lying to you guys. First several weeks were rough for us. We haven't been the best tag team in AEW. In fact, there's been a lot of teams that have been done better than us.
The rankings show it.
Honestly, yeah, they have not performed very well. Like, or at least they weren't like the front and center main attraction, like they were set to be.
Top of the tag we won. And we earned ourselves a shot for the AEW Tag Team Championship belts.
Frankie, Kazarian, Scorpio Sky, SoCal Uncensored.
How many times do you think that SCU's been told, you're great, but you're not the Young Bucks?
People might not realize this, but they're some of our best friends in this world. Hell, we're going to have them over for Christmas dinner. Now here we are. Guys, friends or not, Wednesday, it's our time to win those belts. It's our time to shine like we were supposed to from the get-go from this thing. Nick and I are tired of lying to the fans and saying we're the best. We're going to show you through our actions that we're the best. And guys, I hate if it's going to be awkward at the dinner table on Christmas when Nick and I have our new championship belts out on display for our entire families to see. Merry Christmas.
Hold.
Folks, it's main event time as we take it down to Justin Roberts.
Okay, so they chose to give us the video package on television while the live audience got the entrances. That's not a bad decision, honestly.
Scheduled for one fall with a 60-minute time limit, and it is for the All Elite Wrestling World Tag Team Championship. Your referee is Rick Knox. Introducing at this time, the challengers from Rancho Cucamonga, California, at a combined weight of 390 pounds, Nick.
By the way, y'all, as we're getting into the main event, please do drop a thumbs up. Make sure you got those pressed. It goes so far in helping this out. Of course, bells on, all that jazz. But most importantly, do take a look at what streams we got live. It's a double pay-per-view weekend between New Japan Sakura Genesis tomorrow morning at 3:30 a.m. Eastern. And then we got Dynasty on Sunday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. With GCW Philly special in between. So if any of those are the vibes, do subscribe to the appropriate channels for it.
I mentioned it earlier. The Young Bucks went through hell last week in that street fight. And I don't know why this match couldn't have been January 1 in Jacksonville.
Well, I agree with that, but this is what they want. This is what the promoters and AEW decided to do. And you know, Excalibur, you know better than anyone that Matt and Nick are not going to back down from any challenge or any fight.
Matt and Nick Jackson thrive when they are being doubted. When nobody thinks that they can prevail, that's when they turn the tables, and they're hoping to do that against the champions, SCU.
Well, I don't feel too sorry for them. They're the #1 contenders for these championships. They haven't fallen too hard at times, but they haven't been back at the top of the mountain. I think there was a tag.
Yeah, tag was made. You're right.
Blind tag there by Sky.
Sneaky little tag. Oh, he saw it too. Yo, this match has potential to really steal the show. And that's saying something with the opening tag match we had.
Kazarian flying. Kazarian now sent to the outside.
Oof.
Shoulder tackle by Matt Jackson.
And you're right about them knowing each other so well. And you can see it, JR, right here.
And these teams have met in so many various forms. Oh, look at the Sky going for that TKO. They've met in so many various forms over the years. Both are all four men.
And every time Excalibur, the Bucks have known they're the better team.
That's right.
And the SCU, a great team. They're the champions, for God's sakes. But they know that they've not been considered as
caught him.
as the Young Bucks.
Okay, I thought he was going to go for the Enziguri. No. The single foot drop kick instead.
They may be the underdog. Who knows?
Yeah, but they're on a 6-game winning streak as a tag team right now. That means something, Jay.
Absolutely. But I was just saying, public perception, who's a better team, folks? Was it the Young Bucks or SCU?
I know what you're saying. I get it.
Power bomb, Enziguri combination. And now Matt Jackson, the
There we are.
with another
There's the Enziguri I was looking for.
Sometimes you got to live through that, you know?
And I think this is what makes the Young Bucks considered by many the top tag team because they do double teaming better than anyone.
That's a rare miscue.
Bucks bonk.
Frankie Kazarian is very underrated.
Yo!
Wow.
Nice with the run.
Athlete he is. He proved it. Leaping
flat-footed off the floor to take down Nick Jackson.
Beautiful.
I talked earlier about Ray Phoenix. There's a couple
That was
about
interesting.
Ray Phoenix, how hot he has been. Scorpio Sky has been equally as hot.
We have
You got a tag.
ref from Southern California, Rick Knox, overseeing the action here. The tag team specialist
Hold
on
him
the
down.
referee roster.
I'm glad he's back and okay after being put through that table a couple of weeks back.
No press cover, 1, 2.
You can't.
SCU in control. Crowd split here in Corpus Christi.
Great tag out there by Matt.
Tony, in our career, we've seen a lot of great teams. Those rivalries exist. The Midnight, Rock and Roll, those rivalries.
Nice with the
See this evolving into
spin kick. I want to say Trouble in Paradise, but it's not exactly what that is. Bulldog clothesline.
Wins and losses mean something. For those teams that you were talking about, Jim, didn't necessarily like each other. These two teams, as we found out, know each other and are friends.
I should try to invite myself over for Christmas.
Why not?
Nick, bring the sauce. What the hell?
Jackson.
Bringing,
wow.
Look at this.
Bringing Sky up to the top.
My God.
Yo, the way he's like, no, I'm going to get some extra elevation. Excellent.
Man, what a hurricane run off the top. These son of a guns have no fear whatsoever.
Oh, drop. 1, 2, 2 count.
Well, that was
Quick ass count from Rick Knox there.
Look at this now. You see he's hurting, and that has to go back to what happened a week ago in that Texas street fight.
He makes a quick tag with the other arm. Notice that, folks. Here's another replay of that.
Look at the elevation.
Phenomenal agility and balance by Nick Jackson. And look at this, SCU, Frankie Kazarian actually sweeping his own partner out of the ring.
Oh, look out.
Nick Escalera up to the top and takes out SCU on the outside.
No one does an Escalera.
That Escalera plancha is excellent.
Nobody. And we'll be back live. The title on the line when we come back.
He's literally Will 22 and 48 at the same time. That's
Nick Jackson rolling Scorpio Sky underneath the bottom rope. And Tony, you mentioned that Texas street fight.
You leave Mins and his Code Lyoko forehead alone. That is not fair. Genetics are what genetics are.
Yes, it was.
We don't get to choose them.
Certainly hope the fans, wherever you may be watching tonight, have a wonderful holiday season in any way that you choose to celebrate it. Hopefully with
Big
family.
old knee.
And we're going to be back to you on the 1st of January from Jacksonville.
That's a family reunion for us, thinking of family.
It's family reunion.
The homecoming edition of AEW Dynamite.
I'm gonna say it a million times. Matt is the superior brother. I mean, I can't. I personally agree. I don't know if I could say, but I don't know. There's a lot of things Nick does that Matt can't do, and that like Nick is so fucking unserious. Like he is so hilarious in that regard. But no, you're right. Like if you were to say, all right, singles push, but only for one of them, then I'd be like, okay, then it's Matt. Because that way he can be, I think he could be the singles wrestler. That's not to say that Nick is the Genetti of the Bucks. I would hate if somebody were to try to take it that way.
Not going to be easy.
But like Matt is typically more of the promo guy, things like that.
But Matt's got it locked in.
This guy tried to power up using his arms, but now he went right back down the
Which, like, you know, good for them, just because they're finally breaking the stigma of pro wrestling tag team brothers, where the younger brother is like outshines the older one. There's fucking sideburns. Oh, you want to talk about sideburns? You should have seen Jungle Boy earlier on his Stephen Hyde flow.
Throughout that AEW Tag Team title tournament.
Yo, into the face buster, so smooth. I can see the.
You know what? It's a small thing, but positioning of the sharpshooter.
Oh, you didn't know? Yeah, Matt and Nick Jackson. They're 5 years apart.
Matt was facing the opponent.
I believe at this time right now they were 34 and 29 respectively. I could be wrong.
And we're back. Our main event is it's going hot. Another tag made. Kazarian will be the legal man in. Oh! The SCU defending their tag.
No, don't ruin Jungle Boy for me. I didn't have to remember that.
Just a powerhouse.
Yeah, he's unsung, man. I'm telling you.
They were just so thick, and they like went below his jawline. Like they stopped right here. Like why are your sideburns on your throat, bro? Yo, the way he popped right up, took them both out. Kaz knew exactly what they were about. Knew what they were up to.
Well, let's not forget, before the Texas Street fight, remember Santana and Ortiz put him through. Oh, staging here.
They're currently 35-40. So yes, I was correct. At the very least, at the time of an AEW launching, those were their ages. Maybe they have since, at this point in time, one or both aged up. They could be 30 and 34, 30 and 35, vice versa.
Who's going to regroup here? And the crowd trying to catch their breath as we are as well. But right now, SCU with a decided advantage in this tag title defense. What a symphony.
Yo, spiked him with that DDT.
This tandem offense. There's a cover. Near leg hook. They've got a near fall.
Amazing that he can get out of it, but they are attacking the correct man here.
Yes.
Matt, very clearly the injured opponent.
SCU, they're a veteran team. They're paying attention. And this title means everything to them. Hey, look, I wasn't knocking SCU.
Oh, Sky went for that TKO.
Oh, spare! But they've been compared to the Young Bucks forever.
He's hurting.
And now's an opportunity to stamp that out a little bit. Make your own mark. How do you say that? They're the champs. They are the champions. But the Young Bucks are above that in a lot of areas. They're special. I said they're the best team in the world. I still believe that.
Oh, look at this. Nick Jackson.
Oh, no. Right into the Dragon Sleeper.
Sky cinches back on that Dragon Sleeper.
Got it locked in.
Oh, Kazarian cuts off Matt at the pass.
Yeah, Kazarian, the first man to make. Oh, no.
No, gonna get his own. Oof.
It's a Dragon Sleeper of his own.
I don't agree. The referee's got to get one team out.
I think so.
Two guys. That's it. But he's right there to make sure that he doesn't miss. Oh, the submission.
Matt throwing Kazarian in order to break up the submission. And JR, you mentioned championships. We got some clarification during the break. Chris Jericho.
No proof of that RKO, for real.
That was not official.
Like,
so right now, Jungle Boy
give that nod of affirmation. Much like he gave to Miles Bourne.
Or a 10-minute time limit draw.
Yes, that's exactly what they did. So they each got a 1 at the end of their.
Yep.
Not a loss, not a win.
Great night for Jungle Boy, no doubt about that. Look at this. Got a hockey fight. And we're on the ice here in Corpus Christi, believe it or not.
But, matches
Brenning your brother.
in the shape that he's in now.
There's no strength on his right side, and he's right-handed. We pointed that out.
Oh!
Holding on to that.
Excellent.
He's amazing.
Sky making the tag.
Yeah.
Another blind tag.
And then you eliminate the guy, the tagger, or potential tagger.
Ooh, high angle German suplex.
Crown of his head.
Oh, my God, on the apron.
Could have broke his neck.
On the apron. The most dangerous place in the building, if you're a wrestler, is on the damned apron. Oh, look at this. Rolls him up wide.
Didn't get that leg hook. Oh my gosh, Rick, you're counting so fucking fast for the Bucks.
1 second away from new champions.
The TKO from Scorpio Sky.
Yo, I think they might be about to put this away.
He and Kazarian are clicking
Yep.
right now.
Yes, they are.
They're
Up on the
clicking.
shoulders.
Ebony.
Later. 1, 2, 3. That is
That's that. Wow. They were just the better team.
All Elite Wrestling World Tag Team Champions, SCU.
Well, it was a case of divide and conquer. They put Nick on the outside, head first on
Foul
the apron.
counting.
That enabled them to split them up, and then went and got the pin on Matt.
And JR, you said it multiple times. Had the Young Bucks delayed this matchup, the results could be. The Creepers are surrounding the ring. We haven't seen them in a number of weeks.
Well, the Creepers come in all different shapes and sizes, don't they? Oh.
Did they not realize they were being surrounded?
Join darkorder.com.
No, this is
Congratulations, SCU. What a fantastic display of tag team wrestling.
It's jobber
Bucks,
time.
Young Bucks, you have suffered a hard loss. And any other night, we would ask you to join Dark Order. But tonight is not a recruitment. Tonight is an initiation. Dark Order, put them down.
Oh, look at this, the Creepers.
It's not a recruitment, it's an initiation.
SCU joining forces to fight them off. Well, they've got to.
Where's Christopher Daniels? I always get shocked when Sir Daniels.
And all the Creepers just look how many of them there are.
Yeah, they're outnumbered.
It looks like a scene from a prison yard.
The Creepers just overwhelming.
There's Daniels.
Daniels trying to, and he's overwhelmed. Just being eaten alive by these Creepers. And the two men without masks, Alex Reynolds and John Silver, have seemingly been recruited by the Dark Order.
They heeded the call. Join the Dark Order.
Here comes Kenny. It's Kenny.
Yo, Kenny with that flying V-trigger down the ramp. There it is. I was looking for it earlier. Got it here. Wow, so Alex Reynolds and John Silver, this is their official joining. The thing is, there was heavy prelude to it on BTE. Here comes the Rhodes brothers.
The brothers Rhodes after the ring trying to even the numbers, but the
No, I hear you. I'm on the same page. I'm fans of them. I want to see them succeed, but it's literally a joke how much the opposite occurs.
takes down Dustin Rhodes.
And now it's an assault. It's a gang assault, a beatdown. You can't overcome numbers like this.
So,
And these men have already competed tonight.
clobbering them.
You know who's nowhere to be found is
I still see it. Did y'all see it?
Omega in the back. But he's not coming to the aid of the rest of the Elite as Evil Uno and Stu Grayson commanding this Dark Order.
Evil Uno's a bad man. Let me tell you something. He's got the reason I say that, he's in control. He's in control of these freaks.
The last 3 or 4 weeks, they've talked about joining Dark Order, and now we know why.
V-Trigger's had some 2K weapon throw physics. How did he fly? The deception because he jumped while still on the ramp.
The Young Bucks.
I would say we need some help, but help's already come down.
Grayson producing some masks. And Dark Order.
It's an initiation for Alex Reynolds and John Silver.
I told you this was an initiation. You'll never, Dark Order, you'll never get us again. Especially you.
What the hell? Oh my God! Get off that shot.
What did he
That's
just do?
distasteful. Well, folks, we'll see you on January 1st. We're back live. Stay with us tonight.
That was odd.
The movie Battleship is coming up next. Despicable.
That was a great episode of Dynamite. Honestly, yes. It's funny, though, you say that. Because that ending right there was not only heavily criticized by fans and critics alike, but it also resulted in Tony Khan being more hands-on with the booking and having less creative freedom wander around them. So, when we come back around to Dynamite Homecoming 2020, we're going to start to see a changing in the guard, if you will. Yes, what I mean to me, I just shoved my It looked like he was trying to, insinuate he pulled a tooth, but like Matt didn't sell like he just had a tooth yanked and there was like not enough of a grip grabbed and like that does no, it just didn't work. I don't know what that was. Yeah. But ultimately, excellent episode in ring wise. There was a lot of good going on. It was just that weird ending segment, really. The main event humped. It was an excellent show. The next Rewind, at the very least, isn't going to be able to take place next Friday because next Friday we got New Japan Strong Windy City Riots. And that is going to be a fun time. That'll be starting the same time as SmackDown would for ease of time translation. But the next time we're going live is going to be about 6-ish hours or so over on WM Plus for New Japan. Words. For New Japan Pro Wrestling Sakata Genesis. That is going to be our first pay-per-view over on that channel. We would really appreciate it if you guys try to stop by. If you're not going to be able to stop by or you think you won't be able to stop by, that's fine. Just click the link and drop a thumbs up over there. Of course, assuming you've dropped one here on this stream, because that's going to help this one get boosted for those who might be looking for some Rewind vibes or something of the sort, maybe, even if that's not what they're calling it. But yes, y'all, otherwise, next time we're live on this channel will be tomorrow evening for AEW Collision. Sunday afternoon, we're going to be doing GCW Philly Special. And then on Sunday night, AEW Dynasty. We got a lot of wrestling this weekend. And if you can't tell, your boy's ready to pass the fuck out. So I'm going to get some rest for some New Japan. And I hope y'all have a wonderful evening. Again, I hope to see y'all from New Japan, but if not, see you when I see you. Until next time, take care and happy wrestling. Peace.